Hey, and welcome back to Duff's Tavern. Today I am joined by my friend Christina, and we are having a vodka cranberry, or
Oh
else,
yeah.
or else known as a Cape Cod.
I forgot that it was called a Cape Cod. Yeah, Cape Cod.
I didn't even know like a vodka cranberry was a Cape Cod.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
After your video talking about it, I had no idea that's what a Cape Cod was.
I didn't know. I was just like scrolling through my app and being like, "Oh, this seems interesting." Chase wanted something vodka. Fuck it, this works.
I actually just bought Tito's and cranberry juice today so I could have some more when I get home.
Oh god, you'll be having vodka cranberries all night.
I love them. I freaking love them.
Well, while I make the vodka cranberry or Cape Cod, how about you tell everyone about yourself?
I'm really bad at this. This is the worst part of an interview.
No pressure. No pressure. Not at all.
Well, my name is Christina. I sometimes formally go by Chris. I don't really care what people call me. I am 23 years of age. I work at a smoke shop. I smoke a lot, and I have a cat that I love, and that's like the only cool information about me. I'm also an artist.
Yes, she's a really good artist. I've seen some of her stuff online. She will be linked in the description for her art. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. Oh God.
But many things you may not know about her. Being an artist, being a smoker, and 23, having a cat. She's also a League of Legends player.
Oh God. Oh, that came out instantly. I'm actually not anymore. I'm retired.
She's rehabbed.
I am a Bronze 3 retiree. I play games like Valorant and Helldivers now. Moved on.
All right, so in Helldivers, were you team kids or team anti-tank mines?
What?
In the most recent order, you could either save two planets. One of them, you could save the sick children, or the other one, you could save this transit line that will give you anti-tank mines.
Well, I sadly haven't gotten there yet. I'm only like level 10 because I just recently got the game. But if I had to pick, I mean, do you get anything from saving the kids?
I mean, the kids are already saved by the time this comes out. Kids are already saved. But what Arrowhead also did was when the kids were saved, they donated like so much money to like a kids charity foundation or something.
Awesome.
Yeah, which I didn't know they're going to do that.
Yeah.
But like honestly, fair play for them.
I mean, win for the kids.
Yeah.
I guess. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So, I've only played League once, and the reason why I stopped playing League, one, it's confusing. Two, she beat my ass. Never played before. She told me to download it, and then she beat my ass, and then proceeded to be like, get good.
Get good, kid.
Learn the game.
That sounds like me.
It sounds like you, because it was you. So what got you into League? Because like I've only known the memes from League of everyone fucking hating League but still playing it. So it's like seems like a masochistic game to me.
It is. It really is. And the only reason I got into it, and like this goes like back to when I was like 18, 19. Do you know Call Me Carson, the YouTuber?
Yes.
So I used to like be very active in his Discord server, before the allegations. And I ended up making some friends through there who invited me to their server. And then we all just ended up like getting into League at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Like we all started playing. It was like, there was like a bunch of us. And I don't know what made us get into it. It was just kind of like, hey, this is a multiplayer game that's free to play.
Yeah.
Other than that, you have to sell your soul. And it just ended up being the game that we played like every single day for like 2 years straight. That was the only game I played. And I never was good at it. Ever.
I mean, that sounds like a League player.
Yeah.
So like, the only like good League player I know is like Tyler 1, but everyone knows Tyler 1.
Everyone knows Tyler. Even if you're not into the Twitch or like gaming scene, you
Yeah.
know who Tyler 1 is.
He started going into the chess scene too.
Yeah, I saw that. A lot of people. Jay Schlatt did that. He played against one of the top chess players and got his ass beat in one move.
I mean, a lot of during COVID, like Ludwig and all them started playing chess. Ludwig played like Gotham chess and got into that whole scape. I mean, I can also say I downloaded chess around the same time. I've been playing most of my life, but like I got chess.com and I was playing.
I'm bad at chess.
I'm so bad, and like I play my buddy Daniel, like in iPhone chess, but the rules are not the same. So I had like an opener where I could immediately take his king, and it didn't work on the iPhone chess, and he just proceeded to destroy me. I'm like, this isn't the same.
That's stupid. Wait, how was that? How did it not work out on the iPhone version?
The iPhone just does weird shit.
Oh, different rules.
Yeah.
Lame.
So I was trying to like get him to download chess.com. He's like, I'm not downloading an app.
Dude, I've played chess a handful of times recently, and each and every time I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I can play checkers. I love checkers. But chess is like a little bit too, like, I understand. I just can't think that far ahead.
I mean, I can think like 2 or 3 moves. I have like a set pattern in my head when I play chess, but 9 out of 10 times my plan never like comes together.
Same. Like that I've tried, and then like they'll do something that I wasn't expecting. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, I'm always on the back foot. Just like it turns from an offensive to a fully defensive game.
Yep. I hate, dude, playing chess defensively is like, you know you're losing. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah. So either you sacrifice your pawns or you just make the game last as long as possible.
You draw them out, and you just basically just make it go as long as possible and hope.
You hope they get impatient and get stupid. It's so, I hate it.
It's what's that old? It's like siege mentality, basically.
Siege mentioned. Day ruined.
What, R6 Siege?
Dude, I've never played it, but one of my best friends is a really, really, really good Siege player. I think I might have talked about him. He's the one that's top 2K in CSGO.
Jesus.
Oh, brother. Any game that he touches, I find disgusting. Like, it's revolting. Because he's so good at these games that it's like, what is wrong? Well, he's European, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, it's disgusting. Like, I hate it. Like, watching him play the game is, like, both, like, I'm sitting there in awe as well as just, like, you don't have a job. Like, and he actually doesn't, so. But it's, like, you do nothing. But, like, to be good at those games.
You have to sink, like, hundreds of hours into that game.
He has thousands of hours in CSGO. And, like, as he plays the top 3.
Are you friends with Jinxie?
Maybe. I might be. Because I thought Jinxie was European. I was very surprised to find out that he's full-blood American boy. Because he looks European, if that makes sense.
But he acts American. Like...
You acts European?
No, acts American.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he fully does.
Really? To me, he acts like a crazy European.
Crazy European is just an American. Yeah, I got a point with that one.
That is a good point. That is a really good point. Because, like, I make fun of my friend Lucas because he's, like, I call him American washed. Because he's white, obviously. But I call him American washed because, like, if you talk to him, unless you catch him in those moments where he slips up with his accent, you would 100% think he's American. And it's just, like, it's crazy. Because, like, even people online, they'll make fun of him. He's like, dude, I'm not American. Like...
I do like talking to people from, like, other countries. Because the moment you have them try to do an American accent, it's always Texas.
Yeah.
It is always Texas. I'm like
southern ass.
I'm like, we have so many other accents besides like, oh yeah, burgers and guns and like.
Have you ever talked to someone from the Midwest, up north,
yeah.
a Yankee? Like, have you ever talked to a Northerner? It's like, oh, it's so funny. But yeah, all they do is, I mean, I guess Southern is kind of like the staple of America. That's how everyone sees the entirety of America, like the South.
Just everyone sees like the old like Southern movies of you have like the rich Southerners like Forrest Gump. Everyone comes in with a Southern accent all drawled up like that, all nice. But I'm learning the Midwestern accent a little bit, but I've also been told like I have no accent even though I am from the North.
I've had people tell me that I have a Southern accent, and I don't think I do.
Yeah, I
really don't hear it.
I'm from Ohio, and been here most of my life. Yes, I know. I
had to stop myself from saying it because, like, that's the brain rot that I'm in.
No, say it. I've heard it all my life.
I don't want to say it because what I'm gonna say is gonna like make me like audibly just. I don't want to say it.
Is it the go back to Ohio thing?
No, it's the Ohio Gat Rizzler. That's like the first thing that came to my head was just
the internet brain rot.
Oh my gosh.
No, but when I first moved down here, I was like, I got sent to go back to Ohio all the time. I'm like, I didn't even know that. I was forced down here. I came down here like 2008. I started 3rd grade down here.
I suppose you're basically from South Carolina.
Yeah, I've lived here like most of my life, but whenever I had like a bartending job and people would make small talk, be like, "Oh, where are you from? Are you from here?" I'm like, "No, I moved down in 2008. Where'd you move from?" West Virginia. Moved from West Virginia because I wanted tips.
You just don't say Ohio.
No, you don't. But like, I grew up on like the border, so like West Virginia's here, this way. I believe so. Have you not seen that before?
I thought you were just flicking me off.
No, state of West Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that.
Okay. I was
It's
just
like Michigan's
confused.
a mitten.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like I'm from around this area, like where Wheeling and Ohio meet. Wheeling's in West Virginia. I'm from that area. So I would tell everyone I'm from West Virginia because I grew up like right on the river where I
Right.
would go see my family in West Virginia, and also my family was on the other side of the Ohio River.
I mean, technically, yeah.
I say I'm from both, but usually if I talk to them long enough, I'll be like, all right, I'll let you know a little secret. I'm from Ohio. It's like, you fucking traitor. I'm like, don't
Dude.
worry, I hate them too. I am not a Buckeyes fan at all.
I don't even know what that is.
Ohio State.
Yeah, I'm not into sports, so it's not my thing. My mom just hit me with like a team today that I've never heard of in my life. It's some team from Alaska because they're going on an Alaskan cruise in like 50 days. And I was just like, what are they, football? And she was like, I don't know. And I was like, oh, okay.
Curling. It's Alaska. It's just a curling team.
I'm like, my parents are going to go watch fucking curling.
I mean, you could.
I mean, I watch it on the Olympics.
Yeah.
Like one of my favorite things for the Winter Olympics.
I like the bobsled for the Winter Olympics, just to see how like
So
fast
cool.
it goes.
Right?
Yeah.
And like they're just sitting there, like you just see 3 people, like just their freaking helmets. They're just like, I love it. I think it's cool.
Even though like bobsled's the hardest team to like find people for, because like there aren't many people named Robert. Because it's a bobsled.
Yeah, I got that. I'm just trying not to laugh. That doesn't deserve a laugh.
I don't think you're trying. I don't think it's that hard of a try.
That was good though. That was good. It's hard to find people. What the fuck?
I got my own case of brain rot too, and it's just bad fucking puns.
Yeah, at least it's not freaking TikTok spouting out.
Yacht Rizzler.
Yacht Rizzler.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my
I need
God.
internet translation. What the fuck is a yacht?
A yacht?
Yeah.
So it's not really a thing, more so an explanation or like a observation of how big something is. So like if you say like you can use it, this is like so stupid and I hate that I'm explaining this. Welcome to Internet 101 where we learn how to use gyat in a sentence. So gyat is like if a woman has a large rear, you'd be like gyat, right? Like she's got the gyat.
It's the Gen Alpha version of damn.
Yeah, basically. And like you could say like as it like if someone says something where it's like you know it's a crazy thing, be like yeah damn like yacht, you know, like it's like that, like a lot of Southern people kind of say that, but like in the sense of internet brain rot, yacht is literally a fat ass. Like that's what it is.
I hate the internet, but I also love the internet collectively.
Oh, I love it.
Dude, like, it is the best and the worst thing that has ever happened, in my opinion. Because, like, so many things can be done, and so many people from the internet have basically, like, collectively figured out problems.
It's too free range.
But also the free range makes it fun. Because I feel like it does.
It makes it scary.
It makes it scary, but I love chaos. Like, I'm a very, like, I love organized chaos, and that's all the internet is organized chaos.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just like
I just hate like it's too easy to find really fucked up shit now.
Oh yeah.
Like way too easy.
Oh yeah, we're the live leak generation.
Yeah.
Like
that's one thing that like I don't want to go too deep into this, but that's one thing that like it blew my mind the day I had this realization where, you know, being especially a girl on the internet, that's already whole nother freaking thing. And I had a realization of like the internet and like the things that like how I've interacted with people as a child and the things that I've seen was like what fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like one of the core things. And like when I had that realization, I was just like, God.
I mean, I've seen some like demented shit on the internet where I'm completely like, so I worked in a factory. There's a lot of people that talk about factory accidents.
Oh, I've seen so many.
So
Oh,
you
God.
know the Russian lathe incident?
I don't know it by name, but...
So basically it's this guy was working one of the lathes and his arm got stuck.
And you just see him.
You see like the arm rip off and it's just like a whole bunch of blood. And my coworkers showed me that. I'm like, the man, the myth, the legend. Like I am that like
You're that desensitized.
Like to like gore and shit because I watched
Wow.
I found Happy Tree Friends when I was young.
Oh, I loved Happy Tree Friends.
I hated it, but like I kept watching it, and then I would find like Live Leak stuff and just typical high school boys. You'd find all that shit.
See, I never got into the Live Leak thing. I've seen a lot of stuff on Live Leak because one of my good friends, we found the new website because it's not called Live Leak anymore. And he was like clicking through videos, and some of them I had to like I couldn't watch.
There's a lot of them that are rough.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you seen the one of the girl getting hit by a sign when she's leaning out of the car window?
No, I haven't. But I've seen like other the first one I saw that. Graphic warning for everyone. I feel like I should say that already.
Disclaimer.
Like I just realized I should probably warn people. So yeah, warning. Cheers. So like the first thing on Live Leak I saw was like really tame. It was just like people falling off shit and just not really that bad. And then like friends on the internet, because I was also on iFunny.
Oh, I loved iFunny.
Dude, like I've said this before. Apologies if you've heard this a million times, but I started iFunny with a Minecraft profile. Like I was one of those.
I love that.
Yeah. So I used to run like an Ask account where I'd make my character, and then people would just like submit questions. Mm-hmm. But what I did originally before I made that character is I would just post like Minecraft facts to like get subscribers.
Yeah.
Then after I get like a number of people would be like, haha, you're captured. Here's my actual.
Yeah, you're just clout mining.
Yeah, basically. Like I learned that early on, and then like iFunny is what got me into like content creation because I watched YouTube growing up.
That's awesome.
And then I started that with iFunny, just dumb little like photos, and met some people. My buddy Campbell, shout out Campbell, I know you listen to this. Like I met him through iFunny along with.
You met people through iFunny?
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I never did. I didn't know you could do that.
Because we all were doing Minecraft stuff.
Oh, it's more community based. That makes sense.
So Campbell I met through there, and my friend Jacob I also met through there, who I still like play Minecraft with. Jacob just like reached back out. I've been on and off talking to him for a while, but he like reached back out, and me and Campbell joined his like Minecraft server. Then he found out about the podcast, and he like immediately bought 3 stickers. He's like, "Oh, I have them right here."
I want to get the shirt.
Which one?
The one that says you broke your chlamydia.
I have some. I'll give you one because I couldn't print it online because like I couldn't get it close to the collar. So I had my buddy Ed like actually print out a box of them.
How much do you want for one? Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
You're so sweet. Because that's cool though. So is it like screen printed or?
Yeah, he screen prints his own thing. He does a lot around the Charleston area.
Oh crap! After this, you have to give me his stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, he actually was on the podcast. It's the Ed Designs or Ed Destined for Survivor or Designed for Survivor. That's the name.
I have to watch that one.
Yeah, he's cool. He does a lot of graphic stuff around Charleston, screen printing, t-shirt prints, along with everything. Really cool guy, fucking amazing to talk to. He also is the reason why I bought this mixer. It's because I used to run this off of my laptop with 2 mics and OBS recording it.
Oh no.
Then OBS crashed halfway through, so I lost like an extra hour of that episode.
Oh no.
So I'm like, I'm buying a mixer.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, you'll come back on the podcast, Ed. Don't worry about it.
That's so funny.
But I did, going back to like content creating, which is like you stream, you do a lot of like graphic design. You also do like, you have your niche of like content creating. I don't know if you've done YouTube or anything like that.
I never did YouTube, but I used to do TikTok because it's super easy to pull an audience on TikTok. Like,
Yes.
dumb easy. If you know how to play the algorithm, and it's literally based off of what audios you use and how long the video is.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you use like either, because now it's like the mode where you can like select pictures in the slideshow.
Yeah.
If you use that with the popular audio, easy 1,000 to 2,000 views, which isn't a lot, but like starting out, that's like so good.
Make or break it.
Yeah, and like it's so dumb how easy it is to mine views on TikTok. It's like
I don't know what's going on with my TikTok because I've been stuck at like I can't break 300 views, even though like multiple things were over like 600 views. But I don't use audio because I have like an automatic poster that I can like throw all my clips up, then have them automatically come out, so I don't have to sit there on my break at work and like post it to 3 different social medias.
Yeah. What I would recommend with TikTok is I would keep that one separate.
Maybe.
Because if you post it, like what I would do, because there's people who do it all the time, you can use an audio, like a popular audio, but then lower it
Drop
down, drain it, and then put your, like, whatever audio's on the video, just turn that one all the way up. Easy.
Yeah.
Like, so easy.
Yeah, that's what I did in the beginning when I was like copying and pasting like description to like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, like Instagram Reels. Like I would like spend my first break of the day just doing that every like Saturday or wherever. But like the automatic poster is nice because I load it in and I'm like, okay, I spent this day editing all my clips.
Just
put it to there and don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Like I have clips out to like July 7th every Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's sick. Holy crap. I forget that that's a thing. No one talks about them.
I didn't know about it until my sister showed me it. Then she was like, hey, I do this. And
What does your sister do?
she used to do like social media managing.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, she's not doing that anymore, but she is doing like photography and that type of stuff. But she showed me that tool and I'm like, that is amazing. I'm going to use that now because copying, pasting, like different hashtags for like Instagram, TikTok, and
Yeah, because
like,
each one has different hashtags that work better.
Oh
It's
my
so
God.
stupid.
plus like the thing also pulls like analytics, so like what hashtag works, what's the engagement off of a certain hashtag, so you can.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm probably gonna be using that. I'm about to do social media managing for my buddy's band, Botanical Selections. Check them out; they're really good. But I'm gonna help them with because they don't really get a lot of traction on Instagram and TikTok. And I offered the last time I saw them to be like, hey, I know how to play the algorithm. Let me help you out. So I was gonna do that. So that would actually be very helpful if it pulls like the actual like data, like what works.
Yeah,
Especially in the music scene, I feel like it should be dumb easy because like music blows up all the time on TikTok.
yeah.
Like small artists all the time.
I mean, look at Zach Bryan. He blew up from TikTok along with like a few other like people I forget to name right now. The other one is I found Poor Man's Poison through TikTok.
I've never heard of them.
It's a like California like sort of punk folk band. Like you've
Ooh.
heard Feed the Machine. That's them. That's Poor Man Poison. Like, hey, you feed the machine, break them all down back to their knees.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Poor Man's Poison.
I think that's on my. They're on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
I was about to say. I'm pretty sure that song is like deep
Yeah,
into my Spotify.
They started using that song when people were boycotting the Minecraft, the mob vote.
That's where I.
Yep.
It just clicked. Yeah, that's where I remember it from. Yeah, people were. Oh, I remember that was like a war on TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
People were. They were like, "Give us everything or give us nothing."
Which I don't understand. Like, why? Like, I slightly understand why not have that mob come out then. But,
I
like,
don't, because they have people in the modding community
Oh,
who
yeah.
can whip out a mod pack of different animals at one time,
Yeah.
and then Minecraft is like, oh, we made 3 fully programmed and ready to go. Pick the one you want, and the one that you're gonna get, which one, I don't remember what it was, but it was the one that like nobody fucking wanted. And I'm like,
Squid.
huh?
Glow squid.
I don't remember what it was.
Like, it was something
It's
because
like there was one of them that I remember. I wish I remember what it was, but I remember watching all the videos, being like, "Oh my god, that's so cute! Like, I hate that they're doing this, but I hope that one wins."
Mm-hmm.
And then like the worst one won, and I was like, "Brother, what?"
I would say like get the vote out, release that mob, but then still have those two and release them.
Hopefully that's what they did. I have no. I
don't
don't
think
play
they have.
Minecraft, so I don't know. I hate that game.
I play. You hate Minecraft, but you like League.
I
used to
don't.
like.
I
Used to like League.
used to like League.
Used to like League.
Thank you.
Point still stands. Point still stands.
It's just Minecraft is one of those games where it's like I respect it. I respect how much it did for the gaming community and how it like that's where most people started.
Yeah.
It's just like I find it so incredibly boring, but at the same time I don't like survival games at all. So, cuz I tried to play what was that one survivals game that was like it
Rust,
came out
Ark.
not Rust. It's like
Valheim.
no. It got really popular. It was a second one that was released after the first one. There was like 2 of them.
Oh, Don't Starve?
No.
Was it
I played that. I hate that game.
I'm iffy about it.
It's not fun. I just don't like survival games. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but it's some survival game where there's like zombies and like infected people and
7 Days to Die.
no.
No, fuck.
I heard the name.
Zomboid?
No, I think it's like
That's the worst when you can picture it.
it's like I could see
State
the
of
cover
Decay?
of the game. The cover of the game is like this white infected fungi hand, and it's like
State of Decay?
hold on.
Okay.
I hate whipping out my phone during this, but we gotta figure this out. Hold on. It's like this is gonna freaking survival games.
I've played like a little bit of survival games.
Sons of the Forest.
Oh!
That's what it was.
You got me with the zombies, because like I didn't think they were zombies. I thought they were more like
They're like corrupted tribe people.
Yeah.
But like the kind zombie-esque. I don't know.
Yeah. But I haven't played Sons of the Forest. I played Valheim. I played Rust. I haven't played Ark.
Why would you ever play Rust?
Just like it's a game. It's a no-brain game. Like
yeah, that's true.
I don't have anything like really to back myself up in Rust. Like I don't have a big base with a whole bunch of things, so I just jump online and I'm a shithead.
Oh God.
Like 9 out of 10 times I'm a shithead online. I used to play Gary's Mod religiously.
Oh.
Like I played Trouble in Terrace Town. I was never one of those like dark RP weirdos.
Dude, people who get into like the art, like I even find like GTA RP like super cringe.
I tried the Red Dead RP, and I couldn't.
I don't get it because it's a bunch of people who are not Southern at all, pretending to be a cowboy, and they're sitting there going around being like, "Hey, you can't be doing that in these parts, buddy." Blah, blah. And I'm just like, and some people get really into it. They get passionate, and I'm just like, I want you to like zoom out and look what you're doing. You're not that cool. Like, calm down.
Go touch a tumbleweed.
Go touch a tumbleweed. Seriously though, like
I've watched like a good bit of the GTA RP videos because like Lenny's funny as shit because
oh my God,
like the people who take it seriously but don't take it seriously make it so much better than the people who take it seriously.
It's like a job to them,
which is really like I'm a little bit contradictive because I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Dude, I finally did a D&D session with my buddies that I work with.
Yeah, you're trying to get me to DM one time. I remember that.
Dude, I love it. I fucking love it. It was so goofy.
Welcome to the poison.
I remember I got upset with our DM because he was like, "No, you're not allowed to have sex with anything." And I was like, "Fuck."
But I played Baldur's Gate. I could get with Lizelle.
So I could fuck a bear.
I never went with the bear.
My brother bought me Baldur's Gate to play with him and my other brother from another mother. And I only played for like an hour and a half because I hated the combat so much. And I'm trying to force myself to find the time to wait for the download because oh my God, Astarion is so...
I knew it. I fucking knew it. You were in Astarion girly.
He's so...
Just say you're traumatized.
Fine.
Just say you're traumatized. That's the easiest thing.
Is it illegal to be traumatized?
Yeah, it is. Oh, you're arrested.
Shit. Well...
Everyone, so many people are Astarion girlies, and he's
a white-haired older man vampire elf. Of course, I'm gonna want to fuck him.
It's just the vampire that got you. Don't lie.
No.
Really.
Yeah, if he wasn't a vampire, I'd still be like, I like older men. So.
Charleston's the best place for that.
There's a lot of rich ones here too.
Yeah, whole bunch of old money.
So you're gonna put me in the will, right?
You can just sign this right here. You just see like the dollar signs in your eyes.
Oh God, I'm not like that. I promise.
It's like if I see like years later, if I see like Christina send me a Snapchat on like a yacht, I'm like, I know what you did.
Mind your business.
I know what you did. I respect it. I know what you did. I'm heading to Hilton Head right now.
It's like if you ever see me on a yacht or at the rooftop bar Grill 225 at night, mind your business.
God put me there.
Yeah, it was God's will.
But okay, here's a fun thing. Try to guess who I tried to romance in Baldur's Gate.
Red Demon Lady, Kiefling.
Karlach was one of them.
I can't remember the character's name, so forgive me.
Karlach was one of them, but the initial one, of course, she's a muscle mommy.
The orc girl?
No, not Lizelle.
Okay, I was about to hope. I was be like, please no. Is it the girl in the beginning that has the cube?
Yes, Shadowheart.
That's fair. That's so fair.
Like I said in the last episode, like goth girls ruined me once. Fuck it, why not? But I in the game, I'm sorry if you watched this last episode, but my barbarian was trying to get with Shadowheart, and he Gale came to talk to me. I was just skipping through the dialogue. I was like, I don't want to skip, then sex. I'm like, oh.
Oops.
Oop. Shadowheart was like, oh, you cheated on me. I'm done with you. I'm like,
no. I would have restarted at that point.
I was like, Dave's just going to become a whore. Mind Flare, Mizora, just...
You've been around.
Yeah. I mean, he was just a blue tiefling with a blonde mustache and a blonde mullet.
It was blue?
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be blue in the game.
Yeah. If you go to, skin tones and select all, you get all
Oh, yeah. I remember now. I sat in the character creator for, 30 minutes.
Who'd you base the Guardian off of? Or did you just hit random?
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember. No, I think I hit random. Yeah, I hit random.
I did, a few campaigns in Baldur's Gate. I did mine. I beat that. I got a pretty good ending. Where most of the final fight, I had a lot of support characters.
Oh, yeah.
Where, all my friends were like, oh, yeah, I had, 2 or 3 support characters. I'm like, I had 6.
Dang, okay.
So I had 6. Then I beat that, and I updated it for, the new prologue thing. Tried to run that. That never ran. So I'm like, okay, I'll start a new one. Then I got burnt out. But during that, I was doing, multiplayer games with friends. And one of them, I made my buddy Campbell. And his name was Progresso.
I like that.
So I made him a gnome with red curly hair. And in the camp, I just took all the clothes off and ran around like that. And I'm playing with
fully naked in that game?
Yeah, you can. Just full dick out.
Oh my gosh.
You can straight Pooh Bear it if you want.
Balls and cock. I love that.
And you can change the genitalia too.
I figured you could because I remember that became a thing with Cyberpunk because you could be straight up a hermaphrodite. And I was like, that's insane.
Cyberpunk's another fun one I played.
I want to get it, but
I played it and then I was like, not my thing. Then I watched the anime.
Oh, the anime was so good. It was so good.
It was so...
I still have to watch the last episode, but
oh, God.
Yeah, trust me, I'm already mentally preparing myself because someone, what was it? It was so funny. It was on TikTok. It was a slideshow of the interaction. Mm-hmm. And this one guy was like, I really want to watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Is it good? Does it have a good ending? And this guy said, yeah, dude, it's so good. You should watch it. The dude came back and said, fuck you.
It's so sad, but it's one of those shows that are a really good sad.
It is. That's what I'm saying. It's
who's your favorite character in there?
Honestly, the main character.
You like Martinez?
I like him. He's cool.
He's good. I also found out, because I'm a fucking Greek nerd and love Greek mythology, his story follows the same patterns as Icarus.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I like
I'm not going to spoil the ending for it.
Yeah, please don't, but yeah.
How he progressed is, the story of Icarus.
Wow.
Which I love.
Icarus is one of my favorite stories ever.
Yeah. I started playing Hades 2, and Icarus is in there. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'd never played Hades 1, but Hades 2 was early access and on discount. So I started playing that. And the only other roguelike I played was Baltaro and RoboQuest, which are
Quest?
Yeah, it's a first person robot roguelike. It's fun. Me and my buddy Kyle played it because it's co-op multiplayer. But I never really got into roguelikes because I've been about it, because like before the ones I've played, I only played Binding of Isaac, and I really didn't like the like stick shooters.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac, I never got into it, but one of my good friends, it's like he used to like play that game a lot, and like I never really understood it, because then like I ended up getting like a bunch of stuff on like, I think at the time Musically and or like it was like right at the transition, I'd get like a lot of content that was Binding of Isaac content. And it made no fucking sense.
The lore of the game is fucking insane.
I've heard that it has like legitimate like deep lore.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a baby. Like aren't you a baby?
You're an abused child.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're basically, not to spoil any lore, you're an abused child
You can spoil it, I don't care.
from an like evangelical mom.
So
So it has a lot of religious undertones in it, which is like interesting because I'm also a culture nerd. Like, love learning like patterns in religion and all that stuff.
I'm really iffy about any type of content that comes from a company that ties in religion, because I feel like they always tend to demonize it, and I don't like that.
I see where they tend to demonize it, but with all the good some religion has done, you have to also acknowledge a lot of the bad the same religion has done.
It's like, I get that, because every religion has that one, especially that one thing that's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And sadly, in like Christianity and all the umbrella terms underneath it, is like, there's a lot of people who get turned away from it because of religious trauma.
Yeah.
And like, I hate that. I really do. But it's like, why does everything in the media and games that references Christianity always have to be some sort of like negative / traumatic thing? And I'm like, please stop. You're just making it worse. That's my opinion.
There is a game called like Faith something that is like really like good religious iconography. I saw like Wendigoon do a video about it. And it's, like, really cool, but it's, like, a horror Christianity game.
Ooh, I would like that.
Yeah, it was interesting. And I've been in, like, a deep dive of, like, the Vatican files or, like, all the, like, because I love deep diving.
Yeah,
like,
are you talking
religions.
about, like, where they do, like, the exorcisms and shit?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what's so funny? This is, like, really random. Watching, because I know The Conjuring, because, the Conjuring series, including, like, Annabelle and The Nun and all that stuff, those all obviously are based off real events. They're very dramatized for cinematic effect and for, the big hoopla of a movie, but they're based off real things.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I'm not a huge horror person, but I love the Conjuring series. Those got me closer to God. Like, watching those for some reason, because I was like, this is intriguing. And I started doing research into Ed and Lorraine Warren, and I fucking love it. I love it so much. Because, like, I love, like, this scary aspect of it with, like, demons and poltergeists and all that crazy shit. I find it really, supernatural shit to me is, like, really, really interesting.
It's interesting because, like, I've also read Paradise Lost recently, which is a book that was written by, like, a priest or a monk. I forget who it is at the time. But it basically, a lot of people hate it because they say they're just personifying the devil to be a victim character, but it's basically just it's telling about the fall of Lucifer, then how he got into Eden and how he tricked Adam and Eve, and then it goes to like their story. It's beautifully written book, and it's like written in like an epic, so it's very like sagas and epics. It's written like that.
That would
like
be. I want to read
poetry
that.
and stuff like that, along with like Divine Comedy. That's another good one. That like Purgatorio, Paradiso, and I am drawing blanks for like the books I've read.
So you're whipping out some big words, and I'm just like,
God. Just like it goes through the hells. Dante goes through the hells, and then he goes to Purgatory, then he goes to Paradise, which is heaven. Like, it is a very fucking wordy book. But it's a good book.
I want to read that. That actually sounds like something that I could get into, because like I want to get back into like reading like actual books. I thought about buying a Kindle and like getting the subscription or whatever, because like I really need to start reading again, because my brain has been flatlining from just the pure rot of just only being on the internet.
The Gat rot.
the Gat Ohio Rizzler. Like in augers.
If you have Spotify, if you have premium, they just added audiobooks.
Did they?
Yes,
I thought you had to pay extra for that.
No, if you have like
because I have premium.
If your account is the premium, you get audiobooks with it.
Oh, say less.
Oh yeah, I have so many audio.
I think I take it in better if I read it.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
It does. There's like the philosophy books I read. I like reading physically. Mm-hmm. But like there's a lot of books where I'm like, this is going to be a slog to read. I'll just do the audiobook of.
Yeah.
Like anything Stephen King, it's a lot more interesting to me to hear the audiobook of it.
Especially if like the person reading it really puts like the emphasis on it. Oh.
Like when they start voice acting, it makes or breaks it.
It's so great because sometimes they get some of them are like, brother, like.
I just started. Like, I've been wanting to do, like, voiceovers and everything for a while.
Oh, you could so do it.
Yeah. There is one thing I want to do, which is fucking terrible, but it would be so funny to me. I want to voice over, like, a smut book, and people not know that it's me. So just imagine, like, my voice.
Can I provide the smut that you do?
Sure.
I was about to say, I could get some really spicy ones that have some out-of-pocket shit. That would be funny as hell.
Just imagine, like, my voice reading over Akatar. Like, I've said that to a few people, and they just, like, look at me like I just kicked their baby. They're just like, why? Why would you ever...
It'd be a work of art.
It would be funny as shit. Like, nothing gets better than Gilbert Godfrey reading 50 Shades of Grey. Like, that is the best video that I send to so many people.
First off, 50 Shades of Grey is ass.
I wouldn't know.
Have you ever watched the movies?
No. I'm not really into romance stuff.
Oh, I'm a huge like romance rom-com person.
I suck at romance.
Like if I read something, it has to be like romance. Like it has to have like an arc of, two people like falling in love and maybe whatever happens after that. But like I love romance. Maybe because I'm lacking in it, I don't know.
I'm lacking in it. I hate romance and like video games, books, and everything. I'm just like, I completely suck at like video game romance or anything.
See, that's my brother. I was making fun of him because he loves Baldur's Gate. He played it a shit ton. Like, yeah, he's the one who bought it for me. He refused to romance anyone in the game. He just played the game for a game. Because I was like, dude, like, what about like the hot demon bitches? And he was like, no.
This is a fantasy game. I'm living out my fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. That's like, because my brother, it's so funny. I don't mean to like talk like weird shit about him. This isn't talking shit. This is just making fun of my brother, which I'm allowed to do. He is like the least, how do I explain this? I don't believe that man has ever, I don't think he has a libido, like at all. Like whatsoever. Because he just like, he's never had a girlfriend. Never obviously done anything
Ladies,
more than that.
Hit him up.
Please. Please.
I beg you.
He's a ginger. Keep that in mind. But he's really strong. He's a nice guy. Very, very smart. But yeah. But he's just like, even like all throughout high school, all throughout college, he just never gave a fuck about anyone other than getting through school. I mean, and like, I respect it 100%. It's just like, me and him are so different. Because it's just like, I've had relationship after relationship, done my fair share of stupid shit, snuck out in high school. I go to bars, I go out, and then my brother just like works, does school,
and sleeps.
And plays games.
Yeah.
And sleeps, yeah. And it's like, I wish my life was that simple.
I never really like went out in high school. Like all my like partying and degenerate behavior started in college. Like I had a girlfriend. I had like my first girlfriend, I want to say like sophomore year of high school. Then I had one junior year. Then I had senior year, the cult member I dated. It was like senior year through college a little bit. That was on and off for 3 years. And then I took a little bit break. And then my most recent thing. But I've only been like 4 relationships. But I haven't done like the high school degenerate behavior. Like I never went to a party until college.
Yeah, see, I did that shit in high school. Like I never really went to like parties, like house parties. I'm not a huge fan of those even to this day, even when I was in college. But I went to like a lot of kickbacks. Me and my friends, like I used to sneak out a lot. Like one stupid thing I really did was my dad ended up like screwing my window shut. And what I did is I took the screws out, cut them. So, like, and then glued the tops back into the holes.
That's smart.
So it looked like I never,
left.
Yeah, it was.
Jesus, that is fucking
Here's
brilliant.
a tip for anyone out there who is trying to sneak out without getting caught.
Yeah, just you get really good at placing things back where they were, because I got my phone like taken a few times, but I knew the spots where
I
it was
take a
taken.
picture.
I don't take a picture. I just like see it, and then it just sticks in my mind because I know if it isn't exactly how it is, I'll be in trouble.
Because my father's OCD.
Oh yeah,
Everything is where it is for a fucking reason, and if for whatever reason it moves or shifts, game over.
Yeah.
And especially my dad was like super protective of me, still is. And if he ever did anything like disciplinary, like took something or whatever, it's like I always figured out where the hiding spots were, and I always knew when and like how to put it back. And it was so funny because I think my mom was really bad at hiding shit. Yeah. Like really bad. I think
parents have like 3 spots.
My mom would put my laptop underneath her mattress.
Would that break the laptop?
No.
Really? Wait.
It's like, you know, like there's like the bed thing and then the mattress.
Yeah.
She put it in between that.
I've never had the box spring for my beds, so it was just like mattress metal frame.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I just upgraded to a headboard like 2 years ago, so I had like.
That really wasn't an option.
Yeah, I mean, like I got away from like the Navy bed sheets and the Navy stuff years ago, so I at least have that going for me.
Hell yeah.
And like.
Do you have more than one pillow?
Oh, I have 4.
Oh, thank God.
I have 4
Ladies,
pillows.
that's a real man.
I've been cooked. But I have like right now my comforter changed because it's summer, and I bought like a cooling comforter from Costco.
Oh, I want to get one of those.
It's so good.
Does it actually work?
Oh, game changer.
Because they sell them at Sam's too.
Yes, such a game changer. It is so good. I have blackout curtains in my room. My room is cold and dark, just how I love it.
I need black. This is random, but like, where do you get your blackout curtains? Like, where did you get them?
Amazon.
Amazon?
Yeah.
How much are they?
I'll send you the link.
Please.
I got you.
'Cause my curtains are white, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Because it hides no light whatsoever.
Yeah. These blackout curtains are so good. I got them so I can sleep in, but my dog is timed to wake up at 5 a.m. for food because I wake up early for work.
Yeah.
So he's just like, even my days off, he's like, food?
Like,
and then fuzzy alarm clock. If I shift a little bit, he's like, up.
That's what I love about my cat is that like, because I don't know how it is because dogs, like when you feed them, they scarf down like all their food. Pretty much.
Yeah.
With my cat, she doesn't do that. My parents' cat does, but S'mores doesn't. So I'm able just to fill her food bowl and not have to worry about it for like 2 days. And so she doesn't bother me like ever. Like I love the dynamic that we have because she's literally me if I was a cat, because like she only bothers me when I go to bed because that's when she wants to cuddle and we cuddle and go to bed. And then outside of that, we both just mind our own fucking business. Like, unless
we're just roommates.
Yeah, we're literally just roommates. Like, unless I forget to feed her, she doesn't give a shit. Like, she loves me. She'll come up and, like, ask for attention sometimes. But she doesn't really like playing with toys. I keep buying them for her anyway because Target has such cute cat toys. Yeah. And so she has a bunch of toys. Doesn't fucking play with them. She's got her litter robot, so I don't have to worry about that a lot. So she's self-sufficient. Rent-free, bitch. Like, she's rent-free. It's like, dude, you know what? But yeah, she's literally me if I was a cat. And I'm so glad that she's like that because my brother's cat is a pompous, spoiled brat and is like in his face, waking him up, walking on him, everything. And I'm just like, my cat, I could not handle that.
Fenn has been said that he is like me. His personality is a lot like me. And I'm like, I fully see it. Like, I fully understand. Like, I can be a lot at times. I'm always happy. It's just like, he's the first dog that I've had. Like, I've had family dogs, but this one is mine.
It's your dog.
It's like, you're mine. And you're coming with me now. And, like, when I was back in my apartment, I would have, like, a couch. Fenn would come and sit on the couch, and we just watch TV together.
Oh.
Or, like, when he didn't want to be on the couch, he wanted to be lower. He would, like, put his head, like, right on the coffee table and just sit and watch the TV. And we would just, like, hang out like that.
It's called parallel play. It's, like, the greatest thing ever. Yeah, that's literally what me and S'mores do. It's like we're in the same room. She's bird watching or people watching in the window. I'm on my computer. And we just look at each other sometimes, and we're like, yeah. Like, it's the best thing ever. I love pets like that. Yeah. And, like, one thing I hate is, like, I wish I could have a dog because I really, really want a Frenchie. They're so cute, especially if you get, like, the ones that are, like, patchy. I love them. But, like, I just, like, dogs are, like, I respect dog owners because they're so high maintenance. Yeah. They're so good. You have to, like, take them for walks. You have to take them outside to use the bathroom.
Or at least have like a backyard.
Yeah, like easily accessible backyard, like one of those big like doggy door things. And it's like,
or like if you're in an apartment, have like a good dog area. 'Cause,
yeah,
like, I've seen some shit ones where it's just like fence and grass and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the one when I lived back at Jameson, it was pretty decent. There was always dogs there, so Fen like could socialize and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And Fen always loved bigger dogs. Like he loved playing with German Shepherds, pit bulls. When I lived at my first apartment, when I moved out and had him, my roommate had a Belgian Malinois. And he was a little puppy at the time, so he was a little furball.
Yeah.
And he would just like go toe to toe with this big Malinois, and like I think Kima was the name of the dog or something. Would always like paw him and swat him. So he learned that. So like he pets tinier dogs now with his paw.
Oh, that is so cute.
Like this dog can play soccer. Like even when I throw like the big horse ball I have for him, he like hits it with his paw, or like if Clover, the other dog, is trying to get it, he like wraps his paw around it. Like this.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. Like Fen, he's a purebred dog, but his lineage is a whole bunch of like master and junior hunters.
Yeah.
So like if I do breed him out, like I could charge like thousands of dollars.
Oh, you could, yeah.
He pays for himself in one nut, basically.
That's one way to put it. But I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, I'm not really supportive of dog breeding, but you could.
It really depends if you want. If you want like to go to a shelter and adopt a dog.
Yeah.
Clover's an adopted dog.
My issue is puppy mills. Like if you're trying to get a purebred dog for like hunting, my mom had that. She had a purebred lab, and that dog was worth like thousands of dollars. It was gorgeous dog. Trained for hunting, bred for hunting. Yeah, spot on. But like, if you're not pure breeding, if you're breeding like the fucked up dogs that are like genetically trashed to like have so many autoimmune issues, stop it.
Yeah.
Please, like stop. Like that is so bad. Like pugs should not exist.
Yeah.
And the target dog, I can't remember. I think it's a bull terrier.
Yeah, it is.
Bull terriers they're not supposed to look like that. Their heads are a boomerang.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a dog shape, but it's like
Phineas.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck do they do? Like they didn't look like that 100 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's like I understand like, humans are dumb and we want things to be cute and but it's like you are, and I know I'm saying that when I said I literally want a Frenchie. But like we're literally like fucking them up.
Yeah.
And like in 100 years from now, it's going to be like, oh my, like Chihuahuas are going to be like literal like demon. Like they're just going to be
already
like,
demons. They're just going to become smaller demons.
they're literally going to become like entities of just like pure hatred. Like they're going to be like a floating ball of gas.
An eldritch horror is just like everyone's just walking around their like tiny little ghastly looking Chihuahua now. But
I hate Chihuahuas.
I do. I've never met a Chihuahua I liked.
I like Jenna Marbles' Chihuahua was really cute. He's Marbles.
I never watched Jenna Marbles.
Oh, I was. Oh.
We were on two separate sides of YouTube.
I love Jenna Marbles. Miss her very much. But yeah, she has a cute little Chihuahua. And he's like, no brain, just big eyes, no teeth. His tongue's always sticking out.
Bugsy.
Yeah, he's just, just no thoughts. Can't get mad because he can't think.
There is a guy that is trying to breed French bulldogs back to like not being
fucked up.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Like he's trying to do that with like a lot of dogs and like selective breeding. Like a lot of people are trying to like counteract like those types of dogs. Like I think it's like French bulldogs, actual bulldogs, that are just
bulldogs are also like the way their bodies are proportioned. And like my mom, one of my parents' good friends, they have a bulldog, and she's the cutest, sweetest little baby. She's a big old, just round. And it's like, she's adorable, good dog, but it's like, once she starts moving around and like trying to jump on things, it's like, you realize how fucked up it is.
Yeah. I've grown up with labs most of my life. Like, we had a chocolate lab growing up. That was like the first one. His name was Guinness, and they got him like 6 months before I was born, so I grew up with him. Then we had Ashley, which we got from Pet Helpers. She was a yellow lab and Weimaraner mix. She lived to be about like 15, but she was just like a sweet old dog. Like
what a sweetie.
Like she was my sister's dog. Like Martin loved her. She still has her ashes in her room. Like Ashley was just like a small, sweet dog, and like grew up with us. So we were like young after Guinness died. I think were like 6 months without a dog, and then we found her at Pet Helpers, and then adopted her, and she got sent to Pet Helpers because she was like nipping at the other family she was with, so they just immediately like got rid of her. Like not even like full biting, just like little puppy
that's
nips.
so stupid. I visited my friend the other day, and he just got a puppy, and like, it's a little bit grown up now, but it's still like I guess teenager phase, and like I had like red marks all over my arms because she wasn't biting me. She was just chomping, nipping, and like it's
That's how puppies learn.
That's what they teeth. Like it's a dog. That's what they do. Babies do it too.
Fen, like I'm so glad I had to like keep leaving all my shit unplugged when he was a puppy, because like I had a rotating fan right by my bed, and I like the moment I heard like no noise, I'm like, where the fuck is this dog?
Oh no.
And I saw he was just like chewing the wires. I'm like,
no.
Immediately pulled up his little pot belly. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's just sitting there like,
not the pot belly.
just full pot belly. Like, here, this is Fen.
Just fucking.
I'll put a picture of Fen when he was a puppy right here. And, like, he was just like, so I got him over there. Like, my neighbor had Fen, and I was at the gym, and my sister called me, and she was like, hey, our neighbor has dogs. I know you've been wanting a dog and looking around. Come check him out. So I, like, left the gym immediately, because fuck gains. I need a puppy.
Fair.
So I walked in, there's like a whole bunch of just like little black labs, just little
sweeties,
just cuteness. It's just a whole bunch of cuteness.
I love black labs. They're my favorite.
And I see like a fat one off to the corner, just like sitting, just like that. Like his big pot belly's out. He looks like a baby hippo. I'm like, I want that one. Then I named him Fenrir because from Norse mythology, Loki has a wolf for a kid, and the wolf keeps growing, and he had big ass bear paws. So I'm like, I know what I'm naming you.
Oh my gosh, my I mean, it's like same topic, same but different. My cat that I used to have, did I live on my own when we first met, or was it like that was when I lived with my parents?
No, basically when
I was trying because it was during COVID.
Yeah, you were with your parents, and then I remember when you worked at a certain gun place in Somerville, and then
I lived in West Ashley, but then worked in Somerville. Okay, so yeah, do you remember Onyx?
I remember you mentioning it.
Okay, yeah, because I know you've never been over to my place, so you never met him, but that was my cat. We've had him since he was a kitten when I was in high school, and he just had big ass feet. Like even as like a little baby kitten, he just had these big ass little paws, and it was like the funniest shit ever. And like as he got older, it's like he grew into them.
Yeah.
But like they're still kind of big. Like he's still got these little chunky little toes. And it's like when you said like the big feet, I was just like, oh my gosh, my cat has like these fat little feet, and it's like the cutest thing ever. Because he recently, and this isn't the cute part, but he recently got sick. He had allergic reaction, and his like all of his feet ended up swelling up, which is huge because he already has big ass feet. And so when they swelled up, it was just like a freaking stompers, dude. And I was like, oh my god.
Instead of like toe beans, those are just toe lima beans.
Yeah, it was like freaking like toe potatoes, like toe baby potatoes. It was insane.
Potato.
Potatoes. That just made me think of like Tostitos, hot pizza rolls. Anyway. Sorry, that's my brain.
Oh yeah, just trust me, I fully understand. Like my brain goes from like one thing to another, and there could be like the slightest little like thing
just
between
a shift, and it's like another track.
Oh yeah, like it literally spider webs.
Yeah, literally.
Like I can be in one conversation, I'm like, oh, and talk about like a whole separate different like subject. I can go like talking about really smart things to be like, hey, here's this dumb shit I was thinking.
Yeah. It's like the literal brain rot shit is like, oh my god, that's like so funny because me and my friends will have like these conversations. And usually one thing I hate is like I'm always like the most passionate about certain topics we talk about because like I'm the one that brought them up. And like I'll get really into it expecting a response and to have a back and forth.
And there's nothing.
And then they're just like, yeah, I get that. And I'm just like, please.
No argue, motherfucker.
It's like, please. It's not even like I want an argument. I just want someone to like just back and forth. Like I say something and then you respond in a meaningful, fulfilling way, and then I do the same thing, and it's like a genuine intellectual conversation. And none of my friends ever want to do that. And I'm like, fuck you. Like,
what do you expect from gamers? You get like
I know.
50-50. You either have like everyone just brain rotting in the same Discord server,
yeah.
or you have like intellectual discussions of the dumbest shit possible.
Like, yeah, like you're going into depth on like
Warhammer lore.
Yeah, like the stupidest shit. And like the one person that I've ever had like those like genuine conversations with outside of like forcing it upon my parents is my coworker. Cole, I don't know if he's ever gonna see this, but if so, hello. But he is like me and him are like one and the same. Like like not technically, but like kind of sorta in the way our brains work. He's just a hell of a lot smarter than me. So I love talking to him about things because then he gives me so much new insight on things that I thought I was right about. And it's like the best. I love it. Like my favorite work days are when we change shifts because then we spend like a good like 20 minutes just like bullshit talking or like talking about something in depth, and then like I either go home or start working in like a good mood.
Yeah.
And it's always like I love it so much.
It's like fun conversations can make the difference at work.
Yeah.
Like I'm at my job for like 11 hours a day. I have to break up some of that by just like talking to like some of my coworkers, and there's a few like I know subjects to talk about other people.
Yeah.
Other coworkers with. And like music's a big one we talk about because one of my coworkers loves going to concerts and everything. I love going to like comedy shows, so I recommend comedy shows, get him into like comics he likes. He tells me about concerts that are coming in town. Like I took him to a Wheeler Walker concert, and the dude's a metalhead and never heard like Wheeler Walker before except for like one song. Mm-hmm. So me and my two other coworkers are at the concert, and he's like, did he just say lick a dog's ass or suck my dick? I'm like, yeah, that's basically his songs. And then, like the fuck this job song came on, and I was singing that at the top of my lungs,
word for word, bar for bar,
with my supervisor right by me.
That is a beautiful scenario.
I did buy the shirt that says fuck this job on the back too.
Yeah, I would have done it too, right in front of my boss's face, been like.
But like comedy and a lot more stuff is coming to Charleston. I'm happy for that because
dude, it has been awesome. Mm-hmm. It's been so good. I love it. I really, oh my gosh, I want to go to like some of the comedy shows because I know you've hit me up about them a few times, and like I never end up. They always fall on a day where like I just can't go, or like I don't see the text till like 4 days later because for some reason you texted me on Twitter, which I never check my Twitter DMs. So
I forgot I did that one.
Yeah.
Time. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
So it's like I want to go to them because like I love watching stand-up comedians. Like my top two are Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K. Mm-hmm. Love them.
Both canceled comedians.
They tried to get Louis C.K. let himself get canceled. Dave Chappelle, you can't cancel. You just can't.
But
like
Louis C.K. came back so much stronger. Like he bought all of his TV shows back from FX. Mm-hmm. He's helped producing like so many stand-up specials. He even helped like Joe Rogan slightly design or like add tweaks to his comedy club.
No, but the funny thing with Louis C.K. is he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He made a mistake. And I'm not saying, because I know a lot of people are like, well, did he sexually harassed like 5 women? I'm like,
no, he just had too much time on his hands.
I was about to say, no, he had too much time on his hands. He had free will, and he asked.
Yeah,
and
didn't he like just?
He just jerked off in front of people.
Someone?
Yeah, he just jerked off in front of people.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that that's not weird. It is. That's pretty fucking weird. But it's like he didn't do it in a setting where he wasn't wanted. Yeah. You know, like you know what I mean? But they spun it into like him sexually harassing people, and it was like, no.
Because that was like also around like the Me Too movement time.
It was very bad timing, very very bad timing. And I'm not against Me Too at all. It's just like, I think the Me Too movement opened a gateway for too many people to be comfortable with lying, because then it made it taboo to ever tell someone that they're lying or that they're wrong.
Yeah.
And it was just like, ooh, that's not good.
I mean, it's also like goes back to innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, no one believes that. Like, no one. Because, like, there's this one guy who got falsely accused of lost... Well, I don't know if that word's allowed to be said, but he lost his scholarship, got kicked off the football team, everything. His life got fucked up. Like fucked up forever.
Yeah.
And she got a slap on the wrist when they found out she lied.
Yeah, like, if you've done bad shit and you are found to be right in doing the bad shit, no matter who you are, throw the fucking book at you. Like,
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
did something wrong, you deserve to be punished for it. Like,
I think they should be castrated. That that means what I think it means, right?
yeah, cut off
Yeah.
balls.
I think any person who does any type of essay on anyone, especially minors, castrated, 100%.
Don't disagree.
Yeah, it's like that. That's just there's no excuse. There's literally no excuse.
Like, so society has gotten like a little bit more comfortable with everything. Like
A little bit.
That's
thanks to the internet.
Yeah. Like, I remember back in middle school, like, I was bullied for wearing weird shit and acting weird.
Same.
Was I wearing weird shit and acting weird? Yes.
But I was being me.
I was fine being checked because it's sort of like allowed, like, I'm not going to like completely conform, but I'm like, oh, I went a little bit.
Bring back bullying.
I've said that multiple times.
Hashtag bring back bullying. Actually, because there's some people that I see, and like me and my friend have had this, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Me and my friend have had this conversation many times. The lack of self-awareness
is insane
because there's a difference between being a little kooky and then being like full on oblivious to the fact that you are just a straight up outcast.
Yeah.
Like weirdo social outcast. Like what you're doing and what you're into is not normal, like by any means.
Plus, you should have like some people that like if you get a little bit too crazy to check you. Like, you should have friends or people be like, hey, look, calm down. You need to reel it in a little bit.
A good friend would check you.
Yeah. Like, I've had a lot of friends that have, like checked me if I was doing something weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fully calling myself out. Like, in my middle school, I used to, like, write Minecraft parodies in my notebook, and my friends were like, that's fucking weird. I agree. It was weird.
Okay, that's weird, but you were in middle school.
I was in middle school, but the bigger thing is I had, like,
excuse me,
a bowl cut. So I was, like, Dollar Tree coconut head, along with, like, a flannel shirt and athletic pants. You can fully bully me. I've already...
You didn't know. You do not fucking look me in the eyes and tell me you wore flannels with athletic pants.
I did.
Oh, my fucking God.
I've improved a lot.
I'm so proud of you. Like, you've come a long way.
No, if you knew me in middle school, I apologize ahead of time.
I'll have to send you, there's a very iconic picture. I get a lot of shit for it from my friends. And, like, you're more than welcome to stick it on here. But there's an iconic picture of me where I try to get scene hair. And I just ended up having, like, half a bowl cut. And I was, like, 13 or 12. And it is atrocious. It is atrocious.
Like, everyone has to go through that of, like, the like, cringy, awkward, like, trying to figure out yourself.
But the thing is, like, no one has that anymore. Yeah. Because the internet, like, checks you for you. So it's, like, growing up, I didn't have makeup tutorials. Mm-hmm. I didn't have, like, fashion reviews and, like, you know, we had magazines, but my parents never bought them, so I never knew shit what was going on in pop culture. Yeah. And so, like, I was so out of the loop and so bad at dressing myself and doing makeup. And then, like, I had to learn at 17 is when I kind of, like, actually, no, I'd give myself about 19 to 20 is when I got decent at makeup. Yeah. And, like, now there's girls that are in middle school that look like fucking beauty influencers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, does no one get an ugly phase anymore? Because I had a pretty bad ugly phase.
Oh yeah. Like, looking back to, like, the old middle school, like, when people are reminiscing of, like, high school back in, like, 2006, 2008, like, how the people looked.
It was great. Because no one cared.
Like, it's a weird time in history because we were all alive for that. But we were too young to, like, know, like, that was high school. But it seemed, like, so normal compared to, like, high schools now.
Yeah.
Where, like, every generation has a different thing. Every generation has different fashion, different memes, different
and we're
trends.
Like, right now, the younger generation is going through, like, this edgy ass, like, e-girl, e-boy tech wear, fucking doing drugs and, like, being as edgy. Like, I'm talking, it's literally if Pinterest was a person.
Yeah.
Like,
the edginess can get too far. Like, I grew up with, like, a lot of dark humor. Like, 2016 was Leafy. Like, I grew up with Leafy and all that sides of YouTube.
Fits and swagger.
Oh my God. Like, all the, like, talk shit on Call of Duty, like, that type of stuff is what I grew up on.
It's my favorite.
And then the swing to, like, you can get in trouble for, like, making fun of someone or, like, roasting people, where, like, all.
That was a culture shock.
Oh yeah, because like I grew up with Call of Duty. Like
Yeah.
I had a mic. I had like the little headset.
The one-sided headset.
Oh, it was so bad. And like one dude I think I was playing like Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 at the time, and I was just like sitting there talking. He was like, "I can tell you're fat by the way you talk in the mic." I was just like,
Damn.
I just muted myself and played.
Damn.
But it's like those interactions online where like you learn to talk shit back. It's like,
Yeah. It's
like,
a canon event. In my opinion, getting bitched out is an experience that everyone should go through.
yeah. Even like going back to the games, like a lot of games you can get in trouble nowadays for like talking shit. Like everything is monitored, everything. Like I get it for like the people who are way fucking bad. But like just there's shit talking on the internet. You're dealing with other people, you're in a competitive game like Call of Duty, Valorant, stuff like that. Like
It's like you're gonna shit talk, but I mean, there's like healthy shit talking, and then there's just like, oh, so you're just trying to get a rise out of
you're just
people.
being offensive.
Yeah,
to
you're
be
just being an
offensive.
asshole to be an asshole. And like one thing that really like, because I remember I think I brought this up earlier. I don't remember if it was before or after we started recording, but like about being a girl on the internet.
Yeah.
That's like a whole nother like bag of worms. Like it's like fucking insane because guys already are like atrocious to each other. Wait till you put that same atrocious guy in the same lobby with a girl. They're gonna fucking destroy her. And I've had it happen so many times. Like even now, like I'll just like there's like this one server that I just occasionally pop into because like there's just a few people that I become friends with, and like some random guy will join and be like, "Oh, is it a fucking woman? Oh my god, shut up! Go make me a sandwich." And what pisses me off is not that they're being sexist.
Yeah.
It's that they all say the same shit.
Yeah, it's like be original, be funny, or
Like,
at least something like that.
Yeah, because like they'll sit there and like they'll be like, "Oh my god, go make me a sandwich. You're a fucking dishwasher. I bet you're fat. I bet you're ugly." And I'm like, dude, I'm bipolar. I've been in and out of the system, hospital system, I should say. Do better. Like, do better. Like, you can, like, I used to have daddy issues, and, like, I will give them ammo. I will start listing off things. I'll be like, dude, hurt me. At this point, I want you to make me cry because you're so bad at it. Like, you're so bad.
Like, don't say the same shit. Like, make it funny. Make it.
It's never funny. It's just never
it's either,
funny.
Like, they're white knighting. If they're you hear.
Oh, I
like,
make fun of white knights when they white knight for me.
Like, it's just another person online. Play the fucking game. If they're shit, they're shit. If they're good, they're good.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been that type of person. Like, hey, you're shit. I'm a woman. Cool. Get better at the game. I don't give a fuck.
Get better. Get good, kid.
Yeah.
Like, literally, God, what was I gonna fucking say? It just, like, washed out of my brain. Like, God, fuck.
White knighting.
Yeah, that's what it was about. Thank you. I've had, like, multiple dudes, like, I'll be getting, like, bitched out by someone, and, like, the rare occasion that they're actually doing good at it. And, like, I'll have a guy come and be like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, leave her alone. And I'll be like, shut up. Like, just stay out of this. Like, I don't need your help. Like, I don't. Like, I'm, like, I have become so good at shit-talking people, it's not even funny. Like, I've gotten so good at it. It's like, and I only get good when I'm mad. Like, I have to be mad and a little bit under the influence, and it just fucking, like, it's so good. And I just wish people were more creative, because everyone is so bad.
I've seen you rage a few times on stream, because, like, I've tuned into multiple Valorant ones. Besides trying to get you to do a D's Nuts joke, which I clipped that one I did.
I think, yeah, you did.
I clipped that one, and you're just like, fuck you, Liam. Just fuck you. That was good, but fuck you. But, like, I've seen you rage, like, a good bit. I think for my streams, like, I've never really raged. But I've had a lot of gamer rage, mostly playing, like, Dark Souls games.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, I was playing Elden Ring, and I was with my ex at the time, and she's never seen my gamer rage or anything.
Oh,
But
no.
I was playing Elden Ring. Same boss, kept dying over and over again. It's like the dumb mistakes that I know if I didn't do that, I would have won. But it's like 50 fights in, and I'm just like, motherfucker, cocksucking bitch.
Yeah.
And you hear like a slam. She walks in, she's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm just playing a game. Just, it's that switch.
The energy switch up is so real.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're only mad. Like, it's very tunnel vision anger.
It's very directed.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never get mad and then be like, fuck you. But I'll just be like, I mean, game sucks. Fuck
Yeah,
this game.
it's a
And
bad
I go
game.
back to 2 more hours playing it. Like, the worst, even from Elden Ring, like, the most recent one I've hated was Baldur's Gate and the House of Hope. I was at the ending fight where I faced Raphael. And like music's amazing. He is his own Disney villain. He is singing his music for his battle.
Really? That's cool.
It is cool. But I finished. I beat the fight. It took like 3 tries to initially beat it because it's a hard fight. You have to break all the towers, then fight him. I got the other demon on my side to fight with me.
So it's like the Ender Dragon.
Slightly.
That's the only way I can correlate it. Yeah.
So, I finish the fight. I forget to save, and then I die leaving the House of Hope. I have to redo it again. 3 more tries. Finish the fight again. I'm like, okay.
I would have uninstalled the game. I wouldn't even try it again. I would have been like, I'm done.
It gets worse. So I'm just collecting the loot from all the bodies, and apparently the big guy that was on my side dropped his bow and arrow. I didn't know, and I picked it up. Then he turned hostile, so I have to reload that save again and do the fight again, to the point where I took the music, slid it all the way down, and put on the Doom soundtrack. And
you just locked in.
And just white gripped that controller, not controller, keyboard. I was doing keyboard because fuck doing that on a controller.
Yeah.
And just white knuckled that keyboard to finish the fight. Then I was like, save. I'm done doing this. And I got off and fell asleep.
Yeah,
like
dude.
made sure, like
holy,
like,
you're a better man than I.
Because it, like, I knew I beat it. I beat it twice already. I knew I could beat it a third time. It's just such a fucking hard fight, and it like. The music was amazing. It was so funny having Raphael sing his own fight music. Like that was a cool fucking twist. But just redoing the same fight total of 9 times.
The gimmick gets old.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't Doom, I'm killing demons at this point.
I remember this is like same but different once again. I'm really big into rhythm games. I don't know if you've seen any of the streams that I've did with Project Sekai. I so wish I was recording, because sometimes I like record my gameplay, not even stream, I just record it just in case I full combo a hard song. So usually I can't go past at least clearing a level 29, because 30 and plus is like on crack. Like you're sitting there fucking like you're
I've seen it. I don't know how you don't have like carpal tunnel. I
full comboed a level 31 song by the grace of God. I was streaming to my friends. I was high as fuck. Like, I'm talking, like, stoned out of my ass. Just, like, brain off, just autoing. Like, just on autopilot. And I got to the end at the part where I'd usually fuck up. And I got through that, and I was like, oh, like, monkey brain activated. I was like, oh, holy shit, oh. And I finished it, because the last, like, 20 notes is just, like, rapid firing. And it's, like, insane. And I did it. And, like, the full combo popped up, and I was just, like in awe of myself. Because, like, there's one song that's at level 29 that I haven't even unlocked the master on yet, because you have to, you could only miss up to 7 notes to unlock the master on an expert map. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I did it again. Well, I didn't do it again today, but one of the hardest songs in the game, if anyone knows what it is, it's the intense voice of Hatsune Miku. It's canonically one of the hardest songs in any Vocaloid rhythm game, because it's like, if you listen to it, you'd understand why they always make it the hardest. And I missed 1 note. 1. And it was in the beginning, too. So I ended off with a combo of like 100, like 1,100 or something. And I was just like, I was going to play it again, but I was just like, I know I'm not going to be able to do as well if I play it back to back. And I was just like...
You'll get progressively worse.
Yeah.
It was like the first attempt was your best attempt.
That's what I do. I was like, I play the song once, try it out, and then I go play a few more and I come back to it. Because if you play the same... I don't know how people do that, where they grind out the same song. I can't.
I'm not even good at, like, rhythm games. Like, there's one rhythm platformer I've been watching for a while, which is, like, Billy Bust Up. Which it's been on, like, TikTok. It's, like, one of the, like, old-school-looking platformers, but they're basing on, like, musicals and every, like, hop.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's on TikTok. I've been watching it for a while. I've just been waiting and, like, watching the development stuff and how it's going. It looks really good. And the only other, like, rhythm game I know is, like, Hellslinger or something.
That's a rhythm game?
Yeah, it's an FPS rhythm game.
Oh, that one! I was like... I don't know why my brain, like, it's so, I was thinking of like Helldivers, but I was like, wait, I play that game. And I was like, Hellslinger? That was just my brain short-circuited.
There's too many games named Hell.
Yeah, it's like, there's like, what, Helldivers, there's like 3 more that my friends play that all have like hell in it, not even in the beginning, but just in it. And I get them all confused because they all talk about them. I'm like, which fucking one? But yeah, I remember Hellslinger. My friend told me to get it because they want to watch me play it. And that's a VR game, right?
No, it's just a computer game.
There's a VR shooting rhythm game.
I mean, I know there's Beat Saber.
I love Beat Saber.
I finally got a VR headset like a while ago.
Which one do you have?
I'll show you after this. I forget that.
Gotcha.
It's like an Oculus something or something.
Quest 2, probably. How much was it?
Older. I bought it from my buddy.
Oh, so it's like old.
Yeah.
Probably the original Quest. Or is it black or white?
Black.
Rift. Is it cable plugged in?
I think it's a Rift. Yeah, it's cable.
Rift. Yeah, that headset sucks.
I mean, I never had VR, so I wanted.
It's a good first headset. I'll give you that.
Yeah, just like I didn't want to drop so much money and be like, I don't like it, but like I have to like sit down and be like,
really
take it off a little bit.
Wow.
It's such a weird thing where like I can see why people get trapped into it because when I had like the little area, it was like a nice little cozy room, and I was just like laying on my bed watching YouTube in it. I was like, I can see how this can be dangerous.
Oh yeah,
like, very dangerous.
It's an escape for sure.
Because like imagine. Like, my brain just goes to, like, the worst thing possible. Of like, imagine your room looks like shit, you're in that, then you put on the VR headset, it's just, like,
gone.
Clean, simple. I'm like, that can be really fucking dangerous if with the wrong person mindset who can't disconnect that.
That was my problem, and I remember I always thought, because I think you knew that, I was really big into VR. I played a lot of different VR games, sadly, mostly the social one that I will not name, because that's too embarrassing. But
it's a game where you chat a lot in VR.
Yeah. It's like you talk a lot in VR.
You're not playing Rec Room.
Oh fuck no! It's literally just kids. Why would fuck that? But I got really big into VR, and I used to always think that I was one of the ones that like never went too far deep into it, until like it hit me really bad because my mom ended up having a talk with me. She was like, "Sweetie, like you are slipping. Like you got to come back. Like you got to get rid of that thing, and like you are not doing well." Because I didn't realize that I was using it as an escape. That's how badly it sucks you in. Because like I used to get on just to like drink with friends, party, have a good time, and then I started like my original rule was like only on the weekends, and then because I used to work like a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, so I was like only on the weekends. And then when I got a job that went back to like the random scheduling, it was like only on days I don't have to work the next day, or only on nights I don't have to work the next day. And then it turned into no matter what, I was like on every night getting fucked up. Like, is my job, I usually only close, so I don't go in till 3, 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So I can get away with that. And that was bad. That was bad. And I gave my headset to my parents for a few months because I was just like, I can't have this in my house because like I will slip so fast.
Yeah.
And like I didn't realize how bad it got until I was like, I started getting annoyed. Like the more out of VR I was, the more I was like annoyed with my apartment, annoyed with how I was living and all this other stuff. And I just had to lock in and just like fucking fix everything. I had to like deep clean my entire apartment because it was a depression hellhole. Like VR will literally take your soul away. If you let it, it will.
It's wild how like easy you can slip and like if once you see like how dangerous it can be. Because I've seen like some cool VR things of like where people have like played Dungeons and Dragons in it, and they're their own character. Like it's like everything like we were saying earlier with the internet is a double-edged sword.
It is.
It's like the best and the worst thing at once because all the freedom you have, but it can be like an escapism. But it like too much antidote can become a poison.
Exactly.
That like you just have to be safe with that.
The issue with VR, especially with like the talking in VR game, is like the meta with avatars now that people wear is like the most obscene, hypersexualized thing you've ever seen in your life. And a lot of people will sit there and be like, you know, they act as if that's how they actually look. And, you know, I've fallen a victim to that before. And it's really sad to see as people who are really, really, really into it. Because it's just cringe. Because it's just like, I know what you, like, there's some people that I know what they look like. Because, like, their selfies ended up getting spread around, or, you know, I'm friends with them or whatever. You just end up seeing what people look like. and then you see how they act and carry themselves in the game and what their avatar looks like, and you're like, brother, ooh. Like, it's bad. And then the deep dive into the talking of VR is like the most insane shit you'll ever see.
Yeah, like, VR chat got popular around COVID when people weren't
that's when I started playing.
But it's also, like, from at least what I've seen from VR, like, there's a dude that interviews people through VR that you can meet, like, the wildest shit. I forget his name, but he, like, interviewed this, Bond officer person. Bond.
Oh, wow.
What are they called? Bounty hunter.
Yeah.
He interviewed a bounty hunter, and, like, the dude was in VR and, like, talking about that. There are cool things you can do with that, but there's also, like, the e-sex, the, like...
Oh, God.
That whole, like... I watched, like, a few, like, icebergs into
Same.
VR chat.
I know exactly which ones you probably watched, too.
Yeah, and it's weird to see it online, but it's also, like... I like knowing what's out there.
Yeah.
Not to, like, avoid it, but just... I'm a weird person that I like to see the underbelly of society. Like,
I saw it firsthand, dude.
Like
the whole, like, the deep dive into the ERP and the role play.
Yeah.
There's groups that you can... Because now, in, like, VR chat, there's, like, groups you can join where it brings, you know, communities together, and they can have group instances and shit. Mm-hmm. And me and my friends were like, dude, let's go, like, check out some of the weird people in these groups for things that are very not safe for work, which is against TOS, by the way. And I'm surprised they can even get away with it. And we went in there. It's worse than what you can even expect. Like, the shit that people do is, like, think of, like, the worst thing you can think of to see in VR. It gets worse. Like, I've seen some people do things that is just, like, my friend, he sent me a clip that he took of this guy he was talking to, who he was talking to him while the dude was in the action. Yeah. And he was talking about how, like, he has 3 avatars that are all phantom pregnant. And when he wears the avatar, he actually has pregnancy symptoms. And it's exclusively for when he wears that specific avatar, and how his phantom sense is so good, he doesn't have to use any extra things. He just feels everything so intensely all the time. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it was like it was bizarre. It was bizarre. Like, the things that people do on anything. It's not even just VR chat. It's like any game. Like, even like, cause IMVU, I used to play IMVU when I was younger. Weird ass people on there. Roblox, weird ass people on there. Any game that has a basis of being social, weird ass people.
It will always, like, go into depravity if they allow it. Like, that's what I've learned with the internet. It's just like...
Because people do it in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You can literally buy prostitutes in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so you could type in chat, asterisk, humps you asterisk?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, the internet's a weird place. You just have to learn how to, like... If you're looking for it, you're gonna find it.
Oh,
basically.
Yeah. It's so easy to find.
Oh, it's...
Painfully, scarily easy.
Yeah, to the point where, like, it's like, I want to limit it, but also at the same time, like...
There is no way to, though.
It's hard to. It's like you're trying to catch, like, a greased up, from Family Guy, a greased up deaf guy. Like, you can't really, like, catch them, because, like, the moment you stop one... It sort of creates, like, a vacuum hole where everyone tries to fill it. Like, it's sort of a fulfilling thing where you can't really nail it down, and even if the game shuts that down, they'll find another place. Yeah. But it's also, like people, too, if you get in, like, a deep dive of Reddit on, like, get into some...
It's psychology. Like, the psychology of the human mind that's why, like, I'm thinking about switching my major back to psychology, because, like, it's such, like, a weird passion of mine. Human behavior is, like, so bizarre, because the thing with hypersexualization is that it's a slippery slope, because, like, the more you get into it, it's just rapidly you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. And I have other theories that I'm not going to share on here just because it's a little bit too out there, but
when it's like chasing dopamine, isn't it?
Oh yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And, like, you become addicted. And, like, sex addiction is a very real thing that is very normalized right now for some reason. And when you get into, like, the nitty gritty and, like, the weird shit online where you can do and have whatever you want, pretty much, people just go crazy. And it's the weirdest thing ever. Like, people, get into some weird shit. And like the more money you have, like, you know, like the elites, the one percenters, the top big dogs are all into the weirdest shit because it's taboo. And you're fiending for adrenaline. You're fiending for something that you can't normally have. You know it's not okay. You know it's not right. Yeah. But you're addicted to that rush. It's not even the fact that it's, you know, sexual that gets you. It's the fact that you're doing shit that's exciting because it's fucked up. Yeah. Like that's all it is. And like you said, it's dopamine chasing. Yeah. It's insane. And like people just like, people get deep into it. Like they just get into some fucked up shit. And it's like, oh my God.
Even like, not if you're a part of this life or whatever, it's like, I have no problem with it. You do you, boo boo.
Yeah, you do you, boo.
It's like a lot of like polyamory and swingers have like been on the uptick lately. Like,
I have my own opinion about that.
I don't know if it's on the uptick or people. It is becoming more normal because you see like a lot more people online talking about being a part of like swingers clubs, being polyamorous, having like a poly.
Well, swingers have always been a big thing. Yeah. It used to be more underground than it is now. But swingers, like my parents have accidentally showed up to swinger parties not knowing what they were. And of course, once they found out, they fucking noped out of there. But like swingers is like, that's been going on forever. For some reason, people just love that shit. I don't know why. But it's like
dopamine rush.
Yeah,
it's
dopamine.
Something that
it's taboo.
Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to is like the taboo. It's like when I was in sociology class, like no matter what districts any town has, like the one that is the pillar of the community has always been the red light district.
Yeah.
Like the moment that fails, everything else fails. It's because it's taboo. It's like people will enjoy like depravity and depraved shit.
Because I know with polyamory, my own opinion on that, and if you're into it, that's your thing, not my thing. My biggest thing with polyamory is that, in my opinion, all it is emotional immaturity and lack of commitment. Mm-hmm. Because humans are not animals in the sense of having a pack or a pride or mating with multiple things in order to grow population. That's not our purpose. Are we made to make other humans? Yeah, but we're not made to live in like packs like that, where that's how they function and thrive. With humans, we're very connection based. Mm-hmm. We bond, we love. We have the capability to love far deeper than most animals because of how in depth our brains work. Mainly because we're conscious beings. Jordan Peterson talks about it. Love him. But polyamory, to me, is just an excuse to not commit to one person. You're just horny. You just want to fuck multiple people and not feel bad about it. That's all you're doing. Yeah. And I mean, if I get shit for that, I get shit for that. I don't really care. I'm not going to argue about it, but it's just like one of those things where it's like, every time I hear someone's polyamorous, I'm just like, oof, like, you got some issues, like, respectfully.
Anytime, like, I've heard about like, good for you if you do that, not my vote.
It never works. It never works.
I've seen it work a little bit, but it might devolve into a cult.
Yeah.
Like, if you get enough people,
it's literally cult. That's how cults start, isn't it?
I mean, like, hot take, but like a lot of religions are cults that just got more popular. Like it's the same framework. If you base it by the definition, it's just like a lot of religions are cults that just became like norm in society, which is fine. Like it's talking definition wise.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really anything. Like I like learning about any religion, but I do think like Christianity is a great moral framework to like how you should live your life. But it like there's a lot of stuff on the internet, going back to polyamory and that stuff, there's a lot of stuff on the internet that has just been more accepted because like back in the day without the internet, if you were into something, you might be the only person into that.
Yeah.
But because of the internet, you'll find like your little community and then make it seem more okay to do that stuff, which fair enough. If you want to do that, whatever happens in the four walls of your home.
That is your business.
I don't care. Do whatever you want. But like internet has allowed a lot of things to be more accepted and seem more normalized than what has been in the past, which is good and bad. We've made like a lot of progress in society with that stuff, but it's also like I've always wondered like how far can it go? Because like there's been like multiple like even me being a history geek, like there's been falls of empires and like you always wonder why has like, why do these empires fall? Like, were they taken over? Did they fall from the inside? Did they get spread too thin? It was just like seeing like how society will rise and fall no matter what. Like, we've been here for thousands of fucking years, and we're probably going to be here thousands more until the sun explodes.
Yeah.
Or
until we kill ourselves. Like, humanity is, like, slowly just wiping ourselves out because we're, like, suffocating the planet because we're just, like, oh, there's too many people. There's so many people everywhere you go.
I was actually arguing Kyle with that. Like, the problem isn't in my opinion, the problem isn't the overpopulation. We have a technology problem with creating enough food for people and creating enough space for people.
But there's only so much space because you can't inhabit everything.
Yeah.
Like, that would just be fucked up. And it's like, I feel like people, it's just very isolated places. Like, I think the issue with overpopulation is not that there's, like, as a whole, and I'm speaking only for America right now, it's not that we can't house the amount of people that we have. We totally could. It's just everybody's moving to certain areas. Yeah. It's like, it's migration, I guess you could call it. But, like, with the issue with, like, Charleston is way too many people are moving here. It used to be a small town, and now it's, like, you don't know anyone anymore. Like, there used to be, like, 4,000 people. Everyone knew each other. Families knew families across, like, from Mount Pleasant to Somerville. And now it's like...
Hi, stranger.
Yeah, it's like, who the fuck are these people? It's insane. Like, dirt road, like, 61 used to be a dirt road. Mm-hmm. And that's now, like, a main connection between two areas. Yeah. So there's always people on it. And it's like, my parents used to talk about how, like, there used to be so many roads where, like, you'd be the only person or you'd occasionally see, like, a couple of cars. People would be riding their bikes more often. You can walk places better. And now it's just, like, it's so insane. And that's not really because of, like, overpopulating. It's just because everyone's moving.
Congesting to one spot.
Because they fucked up where they were. Yeah. And so, like, it's like the issue with California and Texas. Yeah. They fucked up California so bad. Californians are moving to Texas, but then trying to implement the same shit that fucked up California. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. It's so stupid.
It's like, let me try the same thing in a different spot and see if that works each
insanity.
time.
Literal definition of insanity.
Yeah. But we also have, like, a lot of land that is unused, but it's also used by farmland. But I was
about to say, we have farmland, there's just national parks, you want to have greenery and forests. That's important. You can't tear down everything. And there's swamplands. You can't build on swamplands. Yeah.
What I was saying for, like, the technology aspect of it, if we start having, like, the technology to have, like, terrible examples, but just so you can imagine it, having, like, Rapture, like, underwater cities where everything is run through that, or, like, cities that float, because we might get to a technological point where that could be possible.
That would be, like, a couple hundred years. That'd be cool, though.
It would be cool. And, like, I've seen, like, a few people that have, I forget the video, but, like, a dude made, like, a floating disc lock into place with, like, magnets and shit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like, we have, like, the small scale technology. The thing is, we don't have the technology to do something like that. Like, we came in, like, our main problem right now is, one, we need nuclear energy.
Yeah.
Like, it's gotten so much better than, like, Chernobyl or over in Japan. I forget the name of the place that happened. But, like, the technology has gotten so much better where we could handle nuclear energy, and it could solve most of the power grid problems if nuclear energy wasn't scrutinized so much because of the things of the past.
Right.
Like, a lot of people hear, like, Chernobyl or what is the name of that?
Talking about, does it start with an H?
No. It was, like, over in Japan where, like, waves hit the nuclear reactor and it...
Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I have no idea what the name is.
But, like, that could help some of the energy problems, along with our batteries aren't big enough to, like, hold... Like, we can't condense energy yet. Like, I know Elon has talked about, like, the problem isn't the power of the battery, it's how we store the batteries. We don't have any way to store a lot more energy without having a bigger battery. It's just, like, I have an optimistic view for, like, technology, and we could make it better eventually. We just need to put more funding into actual good science instead
100%.
Like, instead of the bullshit stuff we're funding most of the time that, like, isn't doing anything to help, like, the sort of foundation of the U.S.
Oh, yeah. And like one stupid thing I thought of, I really like the idea of like like the magnetism where you're able to lock a disc in place floating. That is like a really cool idea, and like this is like a stupid thought that like came into my head. I was like, if we ever did that on like a larger scale, that would cause so many health issues for some people, because it's like there's just types of people that just wouldn't be able to live there because of like things in their body. Yeah, they have like you have parts that they can't even go through certain actual medical procedures because of the things that they have. And like that would just be like on a larger scale like that to live on. Like it's cool. I can see it being like a small thing that someone makes, like a small little like amusement type area that's like for attraction purposes only, where it's like but there's heavy disclaimers of like if you have these like you can't go. It'd be very isolating, but not for like a huge population of people, but it would be very like selective.
Yeah, I don't know if it's magnets. I'll have to look at the video and send it to you, but like that would be cool technology to have. And like
100%.
Saying it's like Rapture, like the other thing from BioShock, is the worst example possible because of the areas.
Yeah,
but it's just like the technology there is pretty cool. Like I'm always like a fan of dystopian future stuff.
Yeah,
it's always interesting to see like, okay, what are these people thinking of that the future could be?
Right. Like there's so many things that like I'm waiting for. Actually, no, they've already started doing that. I forgot about that. My favorite thing, and it's not technically the same thing, and this isn't really technology, but I guess in the sense of like designing how it would work. Because you know how in like a lot of video games, there's like shapes that come out of fireworks, like a face.
Yeah.
And like they've kind of been able to replicate that with like drone shows. Have you ever seen those?
I've seen them online with like the giant drones that move.
Oh my gosh. And they have like, they did this one where it was like a dragon, and like, oh my gosh, somebody made a joke. They're like, dude, you should fly those over like an uncontacted tribe in the middle of somewhere.
Speaking of that, did you hear about that tribe that just got like Starlink? So there's a tribe like out, I think it's like Africa or whatever. They gave them Starlink because like, if say like there was a snake bite or something, they couldn't contact the outside world for help.
Yeah.
So they gave them Starlink, and the like elders of the tribes are like, these kids are watching too much porn. Like they're watching these kinky stuff online and trying to replicate it with other people. Like it's like they're not going out, they're not hunting. Like this is a society that needs to hunt and stuff like that. They're not like our society, but they gave them Starlink to try to like communicate with the world. Like we need an ambulance. Someone
and they used
hurt.
it to watch porn.
Yeah.
Men. That's all I'm gonna say is men.
No. I won't defend you guys. We use technology. You have books. Same thing. It's still public gooning.
I know.
It's still public gooning. You see someone reading a book like that on the train, it is the same as someone pulls out a phone and you hear the Pornhub theme.
That's why you get book covers.
That's
but
why you sound like...
It's more polite gooning. It's ladylike gooning, okay? It's coquette.
It's gooning with a doily.
That's what I'm saying. Girls do it better. We do it more politely and discreetly. And then we're reading like the most deranged shit.
Yeah, no, like I've heard some of the passages. I'm just like, I was just seeing if like the pipe needed fixed. You're over here just like, there's two of my friends that are in my server, like they were talking about it where they got the like public gooning role in my server.
That's a funny ass role.
And like they were talking about like the books they were reading, and one of them's like a reverse harem. I'm like, a reverse fucking what? Like talking about like that stuff in the book. I'm like,
what is a reverse harem?
It is a dude surrounded by a lot of women. That is a reverse harem. Or like,
it was just a harem.
I think harem is like I don't.
Never mind.
A woman surrounded by a lot of men is a reverse harem, I guess.
I think that's a reverse harem.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I never read the book.
That's what I was thinking. Usually when you like watch like a harem anime, like how to pick up girls in a dungeon or something, it's like one main character that's like a 15-year-old boy surrounded by like 10 bitches with big tits. Like that's reverse harem, I guess, is one girl and a bunch of dudes.
Yeah, that like just like some of the fair enough for like reading that. I
would love to send you a few of the things that I have saved on my Tumblr. I'm really big into Koenig and Ghost. That should give you.
That is
The characters from Call of Duty.
Oh.
You know the 7-foot tall Austrian man?
Yeah.
He wears the sniper hood. Beautiful man. With the mask on.
I can't say much. I like Karlach, and like the only like romance I've done in games is Baldur's Gate and Stardew Valley. That's about it.
The only like when it comes to video games, I don't play games that are like that. Like I think the only game I ever played like for like 10 minutes was, I think it was like I'm in love with Colonel Sanders. It was the
remember that.
Yeah, the KFC dating sim.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it was free, and then I saw it like 2 months ago, and I was like, but it's like it's boring. It's like the intro is like I hate story based like where you're just clicking through games, and that's why I'm not a huge fan of like the Persona series or like any like. Especially like Danganronpa. I don't understand Danganronpa at fucking all. I have a friend who's like really, really into it. Like she loves it. And I'm just like, dude, you're just clicking. Like all you're doing is you're just clicking dialogues and shit. Like what the fuck are you, what you paid $70 for a book? Like a video book? Like I don't know. Like you could have just read a manga at that point, but that's my opinion.
I mean, I think I've seen like a story summary of Danganronpa. It's like an interesting, I love betrayal stories or like, anime that there's no fucking plot armor for anybody.
Yeah.
Like, someone can die immediately. I love that. That's why I love Cyberpunk so much, because like the first death that happens is just like boom, nowhere. Everyone's having fun and just
boom,
dead.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm like, I love those ones because I like getting attached to characters and be like, I hope you survive. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is like a big one.
Yeah.
Where like he does not give a fuck to kill off whoever in the worst way possible.
Mm-hmm.
I've always like watched anime, and like my first one I watched was like One Piece.
So, your first anime was one. Have you watched the entirety?
Yes, I'm fully caught up.
Holy shit. Okay.
Like, I from like just being around anime, your first anime is usually, if you're around our age, is either Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, or One Piece, and that's the one.
Mine was free.
What was yours?
Free.
What's that?
It's a anime about a bunch of half-naked dudes in a swim club.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah, One Piece was the first one, and like I've always loved like the shonen mangas of like fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for like a really good fight scene in like movies, TV, or anime and stuff like that. Anime just does it so fucking perfectly, where like movies now are taking inspiration, like Creed. They're doing a lot of the fight scenes shot like an anime fight scene.
Sick.
Yeah, where I love that they're like, even from like a story aspect. Like I love writing. I write for D&D. I love just good, well crafted stories. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, I have to sit down and be like, fuck. Like the Last of Us series was so beautifully written. Where like I
want to play those so much.
It's so good. Like, I played the first one. I've replayed it, like, 3 different times. Love the story. It's such a sweet story, but also is, like, fucking rough. I pre-ordered, like, Last of Us 2.
I worked at GameStop when that game released.
It was so good. And I sat there with the pre-order. It downloaded. I played it straight. And, like, the ending of it is I just sat there like, oh, fuck, Ellie. Like, I see where you went, Ellie. I see why you did that. But you threw everything away.
Yeah.
And, like, it's not really spoiling that much for the end, but, like, you know the guitar scene out, how she, like, plays?
Very lightly. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it, like, once.
So, it goes, at the end of the story, is a guitar scene, but because something has happened, something happens with the scene. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, please don't. I actually do want to play those games.
I don't want to spoil it for you, but, like, when the scene happened and she was playing that, I was just like,
it just hits you.
It's like the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
But like I get why you did that, but like it wasn't the best choice.
Yeah.
It like I love flawed characters. I love characters that like I don't like goody two shoes. Like always good.
I'm very iffy on that because like there's one anime that I've watched where the main character literally is just like unbeatable. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen Demon King in the Something Academy? No. It's 1 season.
I thought you were about to say One Punch Man.
No, it's an anime where like the main character is the reincarnated demon lord, and he's going to a school that's meant to find who the real demon lord is, like the reincarnation, and it's him, and no one believes him. Yeah. Like nobody, even though he's like beat everybody's ass. And then the guy who's impersonating the real Demon King gets his ass beat, and then they finally were like, oh, because like technically the people that he was reincarnated from, or like when he was born again, they were like half blood. So he wasn't like full demon blood. So they were like, oh, it can't be you. But he's like OP as shit. Yeah. Like it's the only anime I like where the main character is like beyond OP.
I mean, Massels? It's like, so it's a fantasy anime where like this guy's born in like a wizard world, but he's born without power. But he's really fucking strong. And it's like
I've heard of that.
It's a joke anime. It's so funny. And like everything he does like all the wizard challenges, but he does it with his muscles and just all that. He's so OP, but it's funny and it's
it's like it's comedic though. It's not meant to be taken serious.
But
I love that.
I've also been watching Reincarnated as a Slime because I ran out of like the one. I'm on like season 2.
I need to watch it. I need to rewatch the first season.
I was just laying in my room watching it. I finished season 1. It was pretty good. Then the first episode of season 2, which is just a complete sumo wrestling in his dream. And, like, it's all, like, skimpily clad women. And I'm just like, I need to shut my door for this just in case anyone walks by.
Right?
There's no way to explain. It's like the moment you're a child growing up and you watch a movie and there's a sex scene in it, your parent walks in. Like, they could be gone the whole movie, but, like, the moment anything like that happens, they're like, hey, what are you watching?
That happened to me when I was watching Girls Bravo. Like, that's an old anime about, like, a planet of where it's just women, like, men went extinct. And this guy just somehow shows up, and so they all are just like, oh my god, it's a dick, right? And, like, it was a lot of naked, there wasn't any, like, sex, but it was definitely softcore.
Implied.
Yeah. And it was very interesting, and it was funny. It was pretty funny. And then my mom ended up walking in. She found it actually on the recently watched on Netflix. And she first thought it was my brother, and I was like...
Me.
It was me. She was mad. She was so pissed.
Yeah, the birds and the bees talk after that.
Oh, not even.
Are not real.
It's like, they're not real women.
That is a picture.
But I love her.
Later, what you find out, these are just words. Like, the first thing I remember is, like, I was watching Braveheart when I was young. Mm-hmm. And, like, I grew up watching Braveheart with my family. I was young. I didn't really know that stuff. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I like this movie. I'm gonna, like, watch it in my room because I'm just hanging out in my room. Then the sex scene pops up. My dad walks in. And I'm just like, deer in headlights just, like, turn at him and just lock eyes. And I'm just like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I can't play it off funny or anything. I'm just like, I won't tell if you don't tell. And it's basically just that. Then he was like, dinner's ready. And then shuts the door.
That's so funny.
And I'm just sitting there like...
See, my parents never really, like... When it came to that type of stuff, like, if it was, like, obviously, like, in a movie or a show, they didn't really care because they understand. Like, I've watched a few movies with my parents where there's a scene, and it's uncomfortable because you're with your parents. Yeah. But, like, my parents were never, like, weird about it. It's just, like, I was watching literally, like, softcore, you know, as a child. It's an anime. Like, that's not okay. Like, that's understandable to be like, hey, no. But if it's, like, naturally occurring, in a sense, in a movie, it was never like, oh my god, what the fuck are you doing? It was like, I'm watching a movie. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was also weird. Like, I would fall asleep to, like, Cartoon Network when I was younger.
And then wake up to Robot Chicken?
Exactly. No, exactly. I would wake up to Robot Chicken or, like, Astro Boy. Like, they had, like, a weird Astro Boy. One. Like, I don't know if it was Robot Chicken or if it was, like, an actual Astro Boy, but it was, like, I also don't know if it's a fever dream thing. Like, I was that young where I don't know if it was, like, real or fiction but I do remember Robot Chicken waking up to that a few times and being like, And, like, I think, like, one time I woke up and, like, it was, like, somehow it got to the Cinemax channel. I think, like, I pre-ordered a movie.
Yeah.
And it shut off, but the Cinemax, almost buried the lead on that one. The Cinemax channel stopped, and I woke up, and then I see, like, Girls Gone Wild, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, young kid, like, I think I was still in, like, either early middle school or late elementary, but I was just like, what is that? Like,
the first time I ever saw a commercial for adult films was a very weird experience because it was in a hotel. Because my parents, growing up, we never had cable.
Yeah.
My parents didn't like cable because there's a lot of fucked up shit, so we never had it. And, yeah, I ended up seeing it in a hotel one time, And I was just like, Mom, is that legal? She was like, yeah, it is. And I was like, the fuck it, what? And like, I always thought it was weird. Yeah. I always thought it was the weirdest shit ever. Like, I didn't get it. And like, I always thought, like, if you're the type of person to even like buy that, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're paying $40 for a single CD. Yeah. Like, fuck you. That's stupid.
I mean, it was so big back then with like Playboys.
I
and
know.
Hustler, and, like, people would go to like those video stores and they would like. That's why the forest porn meme became a thing, because people would get rid of it in the forest.
Yeah, like I found out because I had like a talk with my parents about like one of the things we talked about earlier about like the awakening of the internet being like the core thing, and my dad was like, "Well, sweetie, if you like all of us have kind of been through that, because like my dad, he ended up finding his dad's collection. It was literally like a plastic bin of just a bunch of Playboys.
Yeah.
And when I found out that my grandfather even had that, it was just like ew. Like it made me uncomfortable because I was just like, why would you own that? Like, in my opinion, it's weirder to own it than to just search it. Because like if you own it, you paid money for something that you're going back and looking at hopefully multiple times to get your money's worth, or some people they're collectors.
Until they can't open it.
Yeah. Just like
you hear like the crinkle and slight tear.
That's awful. Oh my god. But yeah, no, like that, or
because it was your grandpa.
See, I didn't even correlate that. You correlated that for me.
You're welcome.
Grandpa, and why? But yeah, no, I just always thought that was weird.
Made, Sonny?
I'm never talking to any of my relatives ever again.
You want another drink after that?
If you don't mind, I think I need one. But holy shit. No, I just always thought that like anyone who pays for corn, I think is very stupid in my opinion. And that's why like I'm cracked up at the fact that women on OnlyFans make as much as they do. Cause I'm just like, bro, what the? Like, there's that big of a market for it? It's insane. And that goes back to like the depraved and dopamine chasing shit. Like it all circles back, and it's just insane to me.
I mean, I feel like the OnlyFans thing started with like,
appreciate it.
No problem. Like how big Twitch streamers got, because
yeah.
Like, you see on Twitch, you see like there's been even like the just chatting thing became like pools and hot tubs became like that, where it's just like a link to that. That's why it's gotten so big, along with like a whole bunch of like simps online for like big, like I'm going to give her $50 to have her say my name. Like I've never understood that. Plus, I've also been broke most of my life, so I haven't
exactly.
Like even if I had the like funds to be like, I want her to notice me, I'm like, no.
The most I ever did was I found, and it was purely because it was funny. I also wanted the floaty. This one, it was a smaller streamer. She only had like 10 viewers maybe. And anyone who subbed got their name written on the floaty, and then they were put in a chance to win it. And it was like a unicorn floaty. And I was like, oh my god, I fucking want that. Or was it a banana? It was a banana. It was a giant banana. And I subbed with my Prime because I had my dad's Amazon link to my account. And so I didn't pay a dime, and I had a chance to win a fucking banana. So like, fuck it. Like, I just thought it was funny. But then there's people who are like actually paying money every month. Like, of course, Twitch is like $5, but then if you drag in the OnlyFans, that's like, some people it's like $2.99, which is damn. But then like there's people like Belle Delphine, Amaranth. It's like $35 a month. And it's like, what the fuck are you paying for? I will
give Amaranth a little bit of credit because
she's smart.
She is.
She's so smart.
Like, I watched her on, like, the financial audit. Like, she went on there with Caleb Hammer and, like, did a financial audit. And, like, just hearing her funds and how, like, much money comes in along with her investments. Like, she owns multiple lands of, like, gas stations. She owns, like, all the money to get, like, a ranch for like animals and stuff like that. Where, like,
she's like actually a good person.
Yeah, like I was a hater for her because like all I saw was like the Twitch ASMR along with that. She's like
playing the system.
Yeah,
that's all. Amaranth is one of the ones where she's like, she knew what to do. Of course, you know, you're selling a little bit of your dignity for it, but she's making millions of fucking dollars. And, like, I hate that she does OnlyFans. I think she should quit OnlyFans and just work on, you know, continuing her other lines of money. But I understand that OnlyFans is her biggest one.
Oh my god! It's
And
like
money is money.
Millions of dollars she rakes in from that. Like,
Yeah, she's literally the top creator on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
and she has been for years now. And I mean, fuck it, man. Like if that, she has more money than I ever will see. So like I can't say anything. But it's people like my issue with OnlyFans comes in with people like Belle Delphine, where it's like, and I don't think she ever had one. I think she was just a baiter. She not baiter. That sounds weird, but she just baited people with like lewds and stuff. But my biggest issue with a lot of meta normal stuff on OnlyFans is that it's 18 to 20-year-old girls acting like 16-year-olds and looking 16.
yeah, I saw that tweet today.
Like, yeah, you saw that. I was literally like, why the fuck are y'all doing this? Because like, I came across a girl on TikTok who was really cute, and she was like making like these little like cute little faces, and then it ended up cutting to where she had like her ass out, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
you make yourself look like a kid, and now you're sexualizing yourself?
I mean, it's even spread to like dating apps where like a lot of the people will have that in their bio, or at least they'll have their Instagram, then it links to all that.
Yeah, it's means to get more traction. That's all it is.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Like the hustle's the hustle, but
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've always
I just hate it. I hate it so much. It's done more damage to young women than it has like anything else. Like
I mean,
I hate the mentality that now these young girls are getting groomed when they turn 18 to immediately hop into a sex industry before they try anything else out because they see how much money it gets. And what they don't understand is that if you're not like Amaranth, this isn't going to last.
Yeah.
Like, you were only going to be young and pretty and cute and tight and fit for like 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then if you are stupid, which most of them are, you are going to blow your money out there. Like, you're gonna go clubbing, partying, you get into the scene, you're gonna have nothing to your name when you fall off.
I've seen like so many people that like blow up so fast and get like so much money where they don't know what to do with the money and spend it to the point where like it bites them in the ass. Like,
oh yeah.
If you get all that money, save it. Just for the love of God, save it. Have enough where you can live off of. Do some things to benefit your stream, add more to your stream or whatever you're doing for content creation. But save that money. Like, the bag isn't going to be there forever.
Right.
There's, like, growing up on YouTube and watching a lot of YouTubers, there's been so many that have risen and fallen.
Oh, because it even happens to, like, music artists. I don't know if do you know who Lil Xan is?
Yeah.
He went bankrupt because he blew up, got stupid, bought $1 million house, a Lambo, lost everything because he wasn't up here all the time.
He was spending like he was up there when the bag was deteriorating.
Oh yeah.
It was just like,
it was horrible.
Sand. But like Mr. Beast has done an amazing job with it. Like, he lives within his means while giving away a whole bunch of money. But he said multiple times, like, he mostly just breaks even, like, with how much he gives away to how much he earns. Like, he always put it back in his channel. Like,
and he's also one of the ones, like I said earlier, he knows how to play the algorithm.
Yeah.
So, like, he knows what gets traction. He knows what people will click. He understands his audience is mostly kids. He knows how to do crazy shit to bring in the eyes that get the money. And it's like,
he's also insane for like retention beats, because like I'll listen to him on The Yard and multiple other podcasts, like how deeply he knows like YouTube and understands the YouTube algorithm, like how to like monetize it, get like the retention so it isn't as boring, and he knows how to change it up. Like, he's doing more long form content now that isn't as many like quick cut, where another one that has like fucking like mastermind on YouTube is MatPat for game theory. Like, he has helped multiple people like grow their channels. He has made a successful platform where like he understands YouTube and the marketing behind it and how to market himself. Like, it's a wild thing to learn, and like if you just pay attention you'll learn. Like, I try to like see so many creators on podcasts just to hear some information, just the same way why I have like a good bit of Patreons for like the D&D podcast I listen to, just for the after like session talk to hear like get into the DM's mind a little bit.
right.
Like Dungeons and Daddies, like I pay for the Patreon because I hear Anthony talk about like how he writes, like what he thought, like because I like creating like just D&D sessions for instance, like make them interesting. Like, how did you work this process? How did you plan around like your players being fucking psycho?
That's
like,
why I love, like, I really wish I had more of, like, the funds to support more of the artists that I like, because a lot of them have, like, Patreons where they do, like, more, they post more of their speed drawings and their in-depth process to their, their creative process and all this stuff, and, like, because I struggle with that a lot, how to get to point A to finished product.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I should start at least doing a little bit investing into like some subscriptions with that, especially like things like Skillshare, because a lot of my favorite artists are on Skillshare. And there's a lot of people who also have like discount codes for Skillshare. So like I can easily get like a month for like $5. And it's really cool to like have people be able to vocalize their process, because all you ever see is like, oh, they just came up with it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it takes a lot, especially with like D&D, because I didn't realize that that's how it was. Because our the DM that we had for my session that we did, my buddy's friend, what's his name, Miller, he had it set up before we got there.
Mm-hmm.
He just had to know that we were showing up, and he had it all planned out. And sadly, all we did was figure out how to get a swamp dragon out of some dude's farm. And that took us like over an hour. It was so stupid, but yeah, it's like he had like a whole like thing planned, and we just ended up wasting his time.
I mean,
but it blows my mind that these people like are able to do that, because like I wouldn't be able to do that.
When I do my DM notes, I meticulously plan. Like, if I know the group and I played with them for a while, I can sort of just like be like, okay, he might do this action, he might do this action. Mm-hmm. So I have some stuff planned, and like I have contingency plans if they do this or they do this. There's also like there's a fine line you have to walk with DMing. Is like you want to give the characters their freedom of like you want them to feel like their choices they're making their own choices, they're impacting the world, which they are, but at the same time like you can give them two paths and be like, hey, like you can go to the town this way or you can go to the other town. You're thinking they'll go to that town, but they end up going to the right side of town. So what you can do is, like, what I've done multiple times is be like, okay, cool, that goes over there.
Yeah.
We're still doing that, but they have their, like, freedom of, like, we chose to go this way. Like, we're doing this action. It's a fine line you have to walk. And usually how I do it is I have, like, I take meticulous fucking notes. Like, I have the session sheet, which I'm like, okay, this is what I'm planning for this session. Then I have the DM sheet where I have, like, townspeople. I've hit that so many times today. Townspeople, events that are happening. Then I have like an Excel sheet, so I have the characters' names, AC, HP, and then like my monsters, so I can do like I go deep into this shit. But it's also like so fun to write, and like when you are like thinking of like a plot thing to do, then you finally are able to like play it, and it even if it doesn't turn out how you think it's in your head, you have to be like adaptable. Like there's been multiple times where like I was like, oh shit, you did this, okay, some
improv.
Oh, it's insane. Like there was the first campaign I ever ran, I was still like fresh on the rules. They were in the Shadowfell area and they're setting up this fight. Like they got all the other towns to go sort of ransack this like vampire town who they were wanting to attack. And when we get there, I had like a villain that was a villain already. And he was secretly back. He was going to double cross him, and they end up like taking this like gemstone apple, which had like two characters trapped in there. And anytime he bit it, he would heal. They would take their health away. One of the characters had like a bag of holding. He got the apple, dropped in the bag of holding. That created a pocket dimension, which blew up on itself. So basically, pocket dimension and pocket dimension makes a black hole and sucks you into the astral sea. That happened in the middle of the fight. So my whole plan of this like vampire attack and siege of the vampire castle shot through the fucking astral sea basically, and everyone just got pulled there. So I'm like, okay, fuck.
Oh my god.
What am I gonna do now? I laid on the floor for like 30 minutes after the session and be like, where are they going? That was like, oh, there's like an astral sea pirate, whatever. And then you just have to like quickly figure it out and like try to make a world vast enough where you'll have those contingencies, but also at the same time you have enough flexibility to play with. It is a really fucking fine line.
Yeah, it's like it has to be able to make sense while also being in the realm of like there has to be able to be mistakes and like, you know, like you said, like discrepancies, all that kind of stuff. Like if it doesn't go the way you have planned, like the path, you have to be able to make it up as you go. Yeah. But it has to make sense.
Because like you see online a lot of like horror stories with D&D of like the DM railroading them and being like, hey, you're doing this and you're only doing this. And I've always been like a rule of cool DM. Like don't get me wrong, if you do some fuck shit, I'll be like, are you sure about that? Okay, here's a big hit. Are you still sure about that? Okay, then your character might die. But I'm not like, oh, instant dead. Like, I that's not fun.
That's not fun
like,
at all.
Like, give your character a little bit, like, be like, okay, you can do this. It might not work out in your favor. You can always try. Okay, that didn't work out in your favor. Okay, you're trying again. All right, then you probably will die this time.
My favorite thing that happened in the session that we did was, so we were trying to coax a swamp dragon, because they can explode, out of this guy's sheep pen, right? Because it's just like chilling.
Yep.
And so my friend Drew's character is a bird man. I can't remember what.
Aarakocra.
Something like that. I have no idea.
Did he fly?
Yes.
Aarakocra.
And I don't remember what class he was, but he was talking about how he wanted to. God, it was so fucking funny because his character talks like a stroke victim, and so and so he was sitting there being like, "I want to fly up into the air and eclipse the sun, and gracefully float down to soothe the swamp dragon," and so he had to roll for that, and he rolled a 2. So instead, he just aggravated it, and we all had to pitch in and try to, you know, make sure it didn't explode. And then later on found out that I had, who had it? Was it me or Malachi? One of us had an ability where we could throw our voice or something.
Yeah, thaumaturgy.
Yeah, like in the distance. So what we did is we like just eventually was able to like coax it out, and then but it was like following us. It was companion with us now because I think I had something that was able to make it to where it was like it liked me or something, or was it Malachi? I was one of us. And so we ended up like doing the thing where like we sent a mating call come off from like a distant area, and it just kind of like waddled off. And the entire like after that we were like we spent a whole hour doing something that we could have done in like 5 minutes.
Exactly. That is all D&D, but wasn't it fun doing the dumb shit?
It was like the funniest shit I've ever like. Oh, there were so many times where like we were just laughing because it was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah. Like when I first played D&D, I've played online over Discord, and it was fun. But like I like in person so much better.
It's so much better.
You can have like the feel of the table, like you can riff off of someone. There isn't like, oh, my internet's not working. Can you repeat that? And it kills like the whole mood.
Yeah, it kills the vibe.
But like even like playing with the friends I play with, like I can get animated at the table as like the character I have, which I play fucking unhinged characters.
My character is a gnome. Her name is Bezbub, and she talks like this.
I'm just imagining like the actual Bibble thing because like that's your name, and I was like when I first when I first saw that, I'm like, why the fuck do I know this? Why do I know this character? What depths like of my mind have I seen this before? And
Barbie Fairytopia.
Yeah, my sister was so into Barbie. I'm like, why the fuck do I know this fuzzball little thing? And like for years I would call you Bibble because I didn't even know your name. I just felt like so stupid saying, I'm like, Bibble?
The funny thing is I don't even go by Bibble anymore. Yeah. I just go by Chris, and I changed all my names. It's Chris Crisis now. And yeah, I still have friends who, like my friend Lucas, his name's Ganks. He's still like, I call him Ganks. He calls me Bibble. Sometimes I'm starting to get him to call me like by Chris, like my name. Yeah. But like most people that have known me for years, it's just I'm Bibble.
It's the same with me. I'm either like Rugby or like Scruffy now. It really depends on like which point you met me. Because a lot of people, they will say Liam. But
like, I know you as just Liam. Yeah. I found out about this stuff after, so I mean,
it's like fuck your name. Like I know you as this, but like it's still weird. Like going in like a server and someone's like Rugby. I'm like, oh hey, yeah, that was my name.
I was like, I respond to 3 things now: Christina, Chris, and Bibble. Fucking Bibble.
But like online names are so fucking weird. Like you can get like I made this name in like the 3rd grade, and that is my name. I have some of the most dog shit fucking names.
Dude, what my OG? So like my OG username is Circus X, because my favorite song, because I've been into Vocaloid for fucking years, was Circus Monster. And so I always went by like Circusso or Circus X. And then it went to Insanity, because one of my favorite songs also was Insanity. And then I did Keto Diet, was my first Discord username. Don't ask why, I don't know. My name was Keto Diet, and my profile picture was Eugene from not Five Guys, what is it called? Try Guys.
Wait, was that was that one of the Try Guys that...
No, it's the Asian one, not the one.
Okay.
The one that got booted off, that was Ned. Fuck that guy, he cheated on his wife.
The family man.
What a family man. He's such a family man, he wanted two. But and then like I think... I went from Keto Diet to Bibble, and then ever since I did Bibble, it just forever it's been Bibble. Like my entire life, like online, like Discord starting has been Bibble. I can't remember what because I used to be kind of popular on Google Plus. If anyone knows what that is, please tell me I'm not the only one, dude. Like Google Plus was the shit, and it was basically like Twitter in like Google format. It was literally just, it was great. And you could have like group chats, and like people had like groups, and I was in a Vocaloid roleplay group. We're not gonna get into it. I was 12 years old. Fuck off. But like, I'm trying to remember what my old username was, because I remember on Kick. Oh wait, that's right. It was
Oh, you had Kick?
Of course I had Kick.
I did too.
I've gotten groomed many times. But I'm trying to
like old men.
No. Oh God. Anyway, yeah, it's a trauma response.
I wonder why you like Astarion, the vampire that's been around for ages.
It reminds me of the first one.
With white hair?
No, it's a joke. It's a bad joke.
Did you talk to Bernie Sanders?
I got groomed by Bernie Sanders. Imagine that. Fucking socialism. But
It'd be shared with everyone.
So they shared me all right. Oh, that's fucked. Oh, that's so fucked. But I'm trying to remember what like my old school like Google Plus username was, because I know like my Instagram has always been Dayworker, which I don't know why. I just think it's a cool username, which is like it coincides with Daywalker, which isn't as cool as Dayworker, because like Daywalker, I don't remember what that term means, but it's like kind of an insult.
A Daywalker, originally it was, I don't know if it's originally, but it was taken from Blade because he was a vampire, but he could walk in the sun, so he was a Daywalker. They use that term for a lot of people that are a part of a group, but mesh with another group.
That makes sense, because there's a comedian, I can't remember his name, he made a joke about how he has family members with Down syndrome. Yeah, you know exactly. Do you know the bit I'm talking about, where he says I'm a bit of a daywalker myself? That makes I never understood what he meant by that. So now I know what it is.
I never got punched by autism, but it nicked me.
It nicked me.
A bit of a daywalker myself. Yeah, I love
him.
Shane Gillis. He is so funny.
Yeah, no. So that's what that means. Okay, because like I thought it was like an insult.
I pronounced your username Daywarder the whole time. That's how I thought. Like I never
knew. Like Quir.
I don't know, because like it wasn't like Daywalker. It was like some random. Like,
it's worker with a Q instead of a K.
Exactly. That's what confused me.
Oh, okay.
That's what confused me, basically. But like my name's not saying the iFunny name, because I don't think you can look it up. But like my like oldest username was like Aquatic Taco. Like I don't know why. It was just I thought it was funny, like Wet Taco.
That's like random Teehee X3 XD humor.
Yeah, basically.
That's what that is.
Yeah, then it
makes sense.
Then I was Rugby Duff, and I changed from Rugby Duff because I was streaming like that the whole time, but multiple people would come in the chat and be like, oh, this isn't rugby, this is false advertising. I'm like, I play rugby. I can talk to you about it. I'm just playing video games. So I'm like,
Rugby Duff is like a fire username.
Yeah.
At least I think it is.
I was like, oh, I'm Struffy Duff now, because I've had that Instagram username since like high school, because Bailey was like, gave me the username. She was like, oh, you should be Scruffy Duff because you're growing in the beard. When I didn't have like a beard at the time, so like bless her heart for giving me the confidence and ego, be like, that's a nice beard. When I had like a chin strap.
Oh God.
It was like that, like high school, like I couldn't really grow anything. So it was like.
Have you seen the guys who I dated a guy who did this? He had like, they just have like the line of hair that just like frame.
Yeah, the face frame, the frame and all the ugliness.
Yeah. I thought he had like a little goatee.
Oh yeah.
And then this little
patch.
frame, like a frame, and then like a weird like horrible pedal stash.
Oh god.
And I was like, dude, you look like a fucking idiot.
Dude, just shave it at that point. Like,
please.
If you, like, I'm not gatekeeping beards, but like if
you look like shit.
But like if it can't like grow in where it looks decently full, like a 5 o'clock shadow or something, like just keep shaving it. If you want a beard, just give it some time. I gave it a lot of fucking time.
Don't try to force something that's not happening.
Yeah, like
you're
like,
beating a dead horse.
In high school, I would just shave this because like I didn't like growing it out because it would look bad, and I didn't want the mustache because I had a fat face at the time. So like fat with a mustache is
not a good look.
Get all the bitches with that. Run away. Get all the bitches to run away with that, basically. And it, like, what were we talking? I'm trying to remember on the thought. I got on the beard rant. Usernames. Yeah, Aquatic Taco, then Scruffy Duff has been, like, the one I've been using for the longest time.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I like it because, like, it sort of uses my last name, but at the same time, it's, like, one letter off. So it's, like, walking the fine line where even I've been called Duff multiple times by people. Like, they either will say my name or say my last name. Like, I answer to both. Mm-hmm. And it just a username that fits me. It's not too bad. It's not like I look back and I'm like, ooh, that is a cringy Xbox gamer tag. Like, that type of stuffy.
Because I think, oh my god, my Snapchat username it used to be so cringe. And I remember I had to make a new Snapchat. Hold on, let me...
Yeah, I
literally, if I log out, it'll, like, show me what my other account name is. And it's, like, the cringiest thing ever. Hold on. Because it was, like, edgy high school. Like, I had split dye hair. I was that bitch. It was horrible.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Oh, they don't have it on there anymore. Wait, hold on.
I can...
Fuck, they removed it. Why'd they... Oh, I guess I haven't logged into it in a while. It was some edgy ass, like... Huh?
I got you. I have your old Snapchat.
Oh, you have my old... That's why I added you. It was my old one.
No, I have both.
You have...
Yeah. When you first met me, you gave me that Snapchat, and then later on, you gave me your new one.
Okay, I'm remembering now. My pea brain.
Yeah. Let me look it up if you want to riff a little bit. Go into a hot take. I know you have a lot of hot takes.
Ooh. Wait, okay, what's a good hot take?
Exactly.
Furries aren't that bad.
Oh, wait, what?
I'm going to say this.
I mean, a lot of...
Okay, let me explain my point.
All right.
From the artistic point of view, furries aren't that bad. Also, most furries are really good programmers, really good at, like, making games. Like, they're just really big into programming. Like, if you talk to, like, a legitimate, like, a furry, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be, like, cracked at C++ for some reason. C++ for some reason. It's insane. So, I'm not saying that I think the whole yiffing shit and the weird vor and porn addiction side of it is cool. But what I'm saying is, at face value, having a fursona is not that bad. It's not that bad. Now, are there people who take it too far and they're weird? Abso-fucking-lutely. But they're not that bad. And I'm speaking from an artistic standpoint because I'm an artist and I love drawing anthropomorphic beings as far as...
There it is.
Yeah, it was abuser. Yeah, that's cringe. That's so cringe. But, God, that's so cringe. But from an artistic standpoint, the design that goes into some of them and, like, the thoughts is, like, really cool. Because I draw, like I said, anthropomorphic beings. Like, I really like drawing, like satyrs. You know? Like, have, like, the goat... You saw it, the goat legs and shit.
I saw... What was it? Sacrificial Lamb was, like, the one with the arm.
Yeah.
That one I saw I liked so fucking much because, like...
I'm so proud of that piece.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, shit, I like the name. Also with the, like, arm, it's, like...
I was thinking of a sacrificial lamb because like, history, that's what they sacrifice.
Yeah, and, like, the sacrificial part of that is, like, in my mind, at least, how I interpreted it was, like... They keep removing the limbs from the person instead of like fully sacrificing. It's just like give an arm, give a leg. Like
that's a really cool way of interpreting that.
Yeah.
I like that. But no, I was like, I just love like even like with faces, like because even like the face, it was a human face, but it had like the animalistic features, like the way the nose was shaped. Of course, I did like the lamb ears, and like with furries. I heavily respect how good they are at doing art and designing, and fursuits are like $4,000.
Yeah, no, it's
people
insane.
who make furry art make bank.
Yeah.
They're rich as fuck, and so it's like I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't make fun of them, because I do, but I respect them. I can respect you and shit on you at the same time.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's the only hot take I feel comfortable sharing. I feel like the other ones would be like, you can't post that. I'm trying to help you out.
Save me some editing work. But I was watching Pirate Soft, and he was like going into like, if a plane goes down from an IT convention, we will lose half the U.S. IT support.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of like I never really thought of that. Then I was like, oh wait, my job has like an IT department. So I was like always looking at the IT people. I'm like, are you a daywalker?
Yeah, bit of a daywalker myself. But no, like that, I find that so funny that a lot of people you end up meeting, because there's this one guy on the Talking VR game that I ended up getting into a conversation with when it was during the time I switched my major to computer programming, and I didn't even have like his avatar shown. We were just having a really good conversation. He was giving me like a lot of tips on what to ask for as a starting wage after you've completed college and get all your certifications, what you deserve, what to expect in the field, all that stuff. And then I turned on his avatar because we ended up like adding each other because he was so cool, and he was a furry. And that's been like 90% of my interactions with furries, other than like the really, really weird ones.
Yeah. I mean, like, people can be cool online. Like, there's a lot of cool, you're into that. But like if that's not your whole personality, that's fine.
Yeah, it's like as long as you're not a fucking Therian. Have you heard of those things?
No.
Therians are people who think that they're actually an animal, like their soul is an animal soul.
Oh, the like wolf guy.
Yeah, like on all levels of physical, I am a wolf.
Yeah.
Arf, like that shit.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's a Therian. And like those people, I'm like, no, like absolutely not. Like absolutely not. But with like just regular, like if to me, having a persona is like having an anthropomorphic OC that you put yourself into. It's and like I just don't see a problem with that. So, because I mean, like I'm not really big into a lot of artists. And one thing I really wish I was into was like the whole OC creation thing. Yeah. Because a lot of artists get really creative with it, and they create these OCs and they make these stories for them, and they do drawings based off of events that their OCs have experienced, and they create like a universe. And I really wish I could do that. I just like drawing pretty things. Like I want to draw something that looks cool, and then like not really like I like having people interpret it how they want. Like your interpretation, that was a fucking sick interpretation. Because like when I draw things, 9 out of 10 times they don't really have meaning. Yeah. So I just draw things that I think look cool, and it's when I see like people making personas and shit, it's like, oh, you drew something that you think looks sick as fuck, and half the time they look sick as fuck. And I think the coolest fursuit I've ever seen in my life, this girl, she's wheelchair bound. I can't remember what her illness is, but she can only walk like a little bit, and so she made a slug. Like a literal slug fursuit, so she can sit in her wheelchair, and it basically makes sense. Yeah. And people were telling her like, oh, put like a snail shell on the back of your wheelchair as like a backpack, and then so it's like it makes sense, and like that's creative as fuck. Yeah. And so it's like, how can you hate on that? Like, how can you hate on that? That's so wholesome. Yeah. And like people, I don't know. I feel like people. I'm not saying, because we talked about earlier, like bring back bullying with certain people. Yes, absolutely, bully them. But when it comes to someone just like creating shit and being creative and like having fun with it and not being a weirdo asshole weird corn addict, who cares? Like who cares?
if you're enjoying it where it's like you're wholesomely enjoying it,
it's healthy.
Yeah. A healthy obsession. Even like going back to like our VR thing earlier, like if it isn't where it gets detrimental to do the escapism, where you think you're actually in there, you're actually like that, like where it becomes like bad to your mental health is sort of where the line gets drawn. Even like video games, you're not like fully escaping into it, but if you spend like your whole time on like every waking hour on video games, and that is all you think of, like that can be the problem. Like you need like a disconnect. You need some, like, I hate saying it because it's just used as an insult. Like, go outside. Like you need. But
that's so real though. Yeah. Because like I give my friend shit for this. He recently, for like the past month or so, he's been playing World of Warcraft because classic Cataclysm dropped.
Yeah.
And so that's all he's been fucking doing. He doesn't have a job, so that's all he does. And like I'll text him and be like, hey, what are you doing? Because I want to call or hang out. He'll be like, what do you think? I'm like, oh, I know what you're doing, but I want to know if you want to call. Like, trust me, when I say what are you doing, I know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah. And I didn't realize how much he played it until he invited me to a server with his friends he plays with. Mm-hmm. He's in there all fucking day. And I'm just like, get a job. Like, please.
At least stream it so, like, you can make some income.
He does stream, but, like, he doesn't really get any traction because he's not, like, he's doing, like, BGs and raids and shit, which, I mean, is what you stream, but, like, he's not...
He's not, like, making clips out of it.
He's not making clips, and he's not really... And, like, of course, I'm probably going to be sending this link to him, so I'm going to feel so bad. Lucas, love you. But, he doesn't really... entertain. He's not an entertainer.
Yeah,
So, like, that's the only downfall is that he's not an entertainer.
Yeah,
He's funny. Mm-hmm. He can be funny, but it's off of somebody else's doing, which I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'm good at riffing off of someone. Like, if I'm streaming by myself and playing a game, if I can't riff off of someone, I have a hard time just...
Same.
Because I've never sat there and, like, talked to myself while playing video games.
I can't do that.
Like, if I'm playing with someone, like, I'm good about riffing. I'm good about, like... saying something, throwing it back. Like, I'm good streaming with other people. It's unless, like, I have, like, a really active chat, like someone I can interact with. Mm-hmm. But it's 9 out of 10 times you won't have a chat you can interact with. You will have lurkers, and people that come in, if they see you're silent, they're immediately going to leave. So it's...
Right.
It's hard, like...
That's why, like, I want to stream Project Sekai, but it only does well on TikTok. Yeah. And you can only stream on TikTok if you have 1,000 followers. Yeah. Which sucks. And so, like, I've been trying to, like, think of ways to clout mine to get up to that. Because my other TikTok account, I got up to 900 followers within, like, a month. Because, like, I knew how to, like, because I made VR chat content. And VR chat is a very, very easy thing to gain traction on because it's such a niche community. Yeah. And so everyone who sees, like, if they play the game and they see a VR chat account, they immediately, and they engage with it. Mm-hmm. And so, like, right now... I'm struggling with my art. Like, I'm trying so hard to boost my stream and then to do my art. Because, like, I've had 2 other art accounts on Instagram that did well. Mm-hmm. And now it's, like, the only people who like my shit is, like, you, my main account, and, like, 1 or 2 other of my friends. Yeah. And I do, like, all the tags, all the good ones. It's, like, it's so fucking... Anyway, that was derailing. But...
It's hard to, like, blow up. I know Instagram has changed their thing so, like, smaller creators can be pushed up instead of those massive...
You have to pay. You have to buy promotion.
No, not even that. Like,
really?
They changed the algorithm, like, recently. And, like, it's supposed to help, like, smaller businesses and smaller content instead of, like, the big fish taking everything. It's more spread out between, like, all the smaller ones. So you're more competitive with all the smaller people within your thing, which is hard for art because everyone does, like, a lot of art online, so, like, you need something to boost you out of.
I used to get, like, even on my first art account that I made, my first post did, like, 10 times better than what I'm doing now. Yeah. And my art is way better than what it is then. And I'm just like, the fuck? Like, am I blacklisted? Like, what's going on? Like, is my shit just not showing up in the Explore page? Is it, like... It doesn't make any sense, and, like, it really pisses me off, but I forget, what were we talking about that made me go off on that? That's such a great question. I derailed it, and I didn't mean to, but I derailed it.
You're good. I'm trying to, welcome to ADHD talk.
Honestly. Diagnosed.
Undiagnosed, but definitely heavily there.
You're not diagnosed?
No.
Oh.
No, but, like, I'm not self-diagnosing, but, like, with, like, all the traits I've seen, like, I have, like, a 50-50 shot with caffeine. Like, if I have caffeine, I can either be really fucking sleepy or really...
Oh, see, caffeine doesn't affect me unless I drink, like, a lot.
Like, there's certain caffeine that does, is, like, the Purple Monster, jetted. But, like, even...
Monster doesn't do it for me. I have to do 5-hour Red Bull.
That doesn't for me.
Really?
Yeah. Like, even at work, I was, like, 4 hours of sleep, and I got what I call the third eye, which, like, you know how, like, a black eye is, like, 2 shots, red eye is 1 shot. Mm-hmm. This one is the third eye, where I take 4 shots of espresso and put it in nitro cold brew.
Oh, my God.
Still sleepy.
Yeah, that's ADHD for you.
Yeah.
That's extreme ADHD. Because your brain is so naturally hyperactive, nothing affects it. Yeah. Yeah, I have that struggle.
Dude.
That's why I do 5. I'd take like 2. My friend called me a fucking crackhead. Like on days where I don't sleep before work because I probably had to open. I drink 2 5-hour energies and then like I like sip on like multiple Red Bulls throughout the day, and like that's the only thing that works.
Along with like my mind, like I have a million ideas and things processing through my mind at once, where like that's why I can go off on tangents and everything. Along with like my mind is highly fucking creative, but also in the worst way, highly fucking creative.
Yeah.
Where like I like just peek into my mind. My mind creates scenarios.
Same.
They create the worst possible scenarios and then hyperfixate on those scenarios, which was really bad in my past relationships, not counting the things that have happened that led to me having that idea of like why that certain scenario was created and then perpetuated because of what actually happened in real life. But like my mind creates so many fucking scenarios. That's why I love D&D, because I think of the world like I think in fucking 3D.
Yeah.
Like I like million one tangents. Like I want to know shit. Like if something I don't know about, I look into it and I heavily look into it. But like I just rerun scenarios throughout my life through my head. Like good scenarios, bad scenarios. It's just like it never stops. I figured out certain ways to stop it.
That's why I smoke weed. It's legal, by the way, technically. So I can talk about it.
Delta 8.
Delta 9, actually. We have Delta 9, which is nice. But no, my biggest struggle with like the ADHD hyperactive brain shit is intrusive thoughts. And that mixes in with my bipolar because that makes it so much worse. And like I can't even say or talk about remotely some of the things that like just the most disgusting scenarios of just like anything you can think of will just pop into my head. And then my brain, like I can visualize things very well, which sucks. And so like my brain is just like, here, look at this thing that you don't want to look at, that's terrifying and disgusting and horrible, and just think about it for a while.
It's just Clockwork Oranging yourself.
Yeah. Basically. And then like I have to like just like hyper distract myself. Like I have to start listening to music while watching a video, while on my phone on TikTok. Like I've had episodes where I have like 4 different media outlets at once just to cope with the fact that I'm trying to get my brain to forget what it's thinking about.
For me, what I've learned is like if I need to do something, if I put in headphones and just have like a podcast or music playing, like
because you have to think about what they're talking about, which makes sense.
Yeah, where I could just like focus in on something. Like when I was going to school for welding, I would have both headphones in because like the sound of a shop would just be echoing everywhere because it's just concrete along with everyone doing everything.
Can't stand that.
So I'd have to like put headphones in so I could focus on my welds and like watch it. Along with like I can't go to sleep without someone talking. So, like, I have those long lore YouTube videos that, like, I fall asleep to.
I watch ASMR.
I can't do it. Like, ASMR just gives me...
tapping ASMR.
Dude, it gives me so much goosebumps. Like, I cannot watch it.
I love the goosebumps.
I hate it. I'm just like, this is strange. This is weird. I don't like it. Like, I think it, like, because I'm going into audio, like, radio, podcasting, stuff like that. I'm a big audio freak.
That makes sense, yeah.
And, like, it is the... lightly hearing something where I can't fully hear it and like understand it is like one of the things that it gets to me where I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
Oh, I can't do the talking ASMR where they're like whispering and shit. Like that bugs me because it's just like it feels like something's like I want to scratch my ear out. Yeah. But like if it's just like solely like tapping or just like I'm not gonna say that I listen to that. That's kind of out there. But if it's like tapping or like scratching or like stem boards, stuff like that. Like my favorite is like wax slime videos where it's like slime encased in wax where they crack it and it makes like a really cool sound. Like that gets me. I love it. I'll put on like a 5-hour video and like fall asleep with my earbuds in. I have like this stupid little Hello Kitty headband that I use to keep my earbuds in at night.
Have you seen like the actual headband that has like the earbuds built in?
Yes, I'm thinking about getting it.
Yeah, they're like I saw a few of them that are super cheap on Amazon.
Yeah, you can get them on TikTok Shop for like $5. I'm sure the audio is like trash.
I bought so much like clothing on TikTok Shop. Like I've gotten a few shirts.
Really?
I've gotten some like gym shorts that are like coming in.
Are they like good quality or?
I'll show you when they're done.
Hell yeah, cause like I bought a few things on TikTok Shop. I got do you remember the little game where like you push the back and it's like the automated pop game?
Yep.
I have one of those. Love that thing. And then I actually just gave this to my friend Malachi. It's like a mini microphone that you plug into your phone so you can like
talk.
Yeah, because I was going to do that to make content, but then I never really got into content creating. It wasn't really my thing. So I gave it to him because he's trying to do stuff for botanicals. And I was like, here, this might help you. Take it. And then I also bought a little like money booklet to help you save money, which it worked for a bit, but I'm bad with money, so it didn't last very long.
I've been doing Rocket Savings for mine.
What's that?
So Rocket Savings is, I'm not sponsored by this, but it's an app that basically it shows like how much money's coming in, how much money's going out.
Yeah.
But there's also like, it's a cheap membership, but it also does smart savings where it will pull money every day out of your account and throw it into a savings account. So like,
oh, that's nice.
yeah, I think mine's been like taking like $11, $12, $13 a day. And like my goal is to like save $5,000. Because like I do a few savings things where I have that going while I have like 50 going into Bitcoin, 50 going to Ethereum, then 50 into different stocks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm trying to like get some investments going while also being like, these are semi-savings accounts that could go up or down, but like depending
It's like
on
a savings pod.
Yeah,
where it's like inflation based. Not inflation, but you know what I mean.
I mean, not even counting mine like Jobs 401k.
Oh, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that is skyrocketing because like I forget what it's based off of, but it's just going up there where I just look at it, I'm like, oh,
that's good though.
I've never seen that number before.
That's good because like when you retire, you're gonna thank the fuck out of yourself.
Yeah.
My mom, like, I gotta get a job that helps with 401k because the job I have right now does not. So yippee, love it. Brian, if you're watching this. I know he never will, so that's why I'm saying that.
Give her a raise.
Actually, I've been meaning to talk to him about getting at least like $1 raise because even Cole brought it up to me. That's my coworker. He was like, you should talk to Brian about helping with social media because like I'm somewhat decent at that shit, especially when it comes to like doing it for marketing. And so I thought about talking to Brian and be like, if I can get like a $2-3 raise, I could run the Instagram profile because I want a $1 raise already because I only make 13. I want to make 14 because fuck you. I want 14.
Do you have roommates or?
No, I live alone.
Oh shit, with 13.
Well, don't high five me. I'm going to take the high five, but then you're going to want to take it back in a second.
Okay.
The condo that I live in is fully paid for. My grandparents own it. I don't have to pay for anything right now. I
mean, I wouldn't.
So,
I'm not going to take back the high five.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I literally don't, I mean, I don't have to pay for anything other than like extracurricular stuff that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I have to like, obviously groceries sometimes. I'm able to go to Sam's with my parents, Sam's Club membership, and they let me use their card just because of it's easier on the app thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a limit to how much I'm allowed to use that. And then I have to pay for my Wi-Fi. I have to pay for literally anything else that I want, which I'm into expensive shit, so it sucks. But I with how bad I am with money, I'm still like broke as fuck, even though I don't have any bills. Like it's ass. Like I'm horrible with money. And I'm trying to get better. My mom's working with me right now on some like Dave Ramsey shit.
Yeah.
Cause like he's like the financial guru.
Caleb Hammer also, who does like the financial audit. Like I've listened to him.
I've never heard of him.
He has people come on and he basically just goes through their finances and like a lot of them are people who are fucking bad with money and he grills them about it. But like
I need to get grilled on it.
It's still interesting to hear him talk because like a lot of the things he says I'm like, oh shit, that is smart. I can't do half the shit because like I can't really buy property down here.
I was about to say I can't invest in anything. I don't make enough money to invest.
Yeah.
I can't buy a property and like use that as an income. Like what the fuck? I mean, I could like rent out my couch if I wanted to for like $5 a night. Yeah, just the living room. Yep. You were allowed to use the bathroom in the living room and that's it.
I mean, you could.
I technically could do that because like with where I live, since it's so close to downtown, which I don't want to dox myself, but like kind of, sort of, yeah, I could totally like rent out my living room to like one or a couple that's like staying in Charleston for the night. Like it would be the easiest money ever. But like obviously like I don't want to do that because like
it'd be weird to have people in your house.
Yeah, like I already like I tell my friends that like if we're having a night out, since my place is like, I usually am the driver, and like even like a few nights ago, my friends were at my place. I tell people, you are more than welcome to stay the night at my place, but at the same time, I have a hard time sleeping when I know there's people there, because I'm just like, I get so paranoid. Yeah. It's like, I trust these people, but it's just like, I can't sleep knowing there's someone across the wall from me. Yeah. Like, it just freaks me out. So it's like, I offer that for like a safety net to be like, if you're too drunk to go home, please, I'd rather lose some sleep and you stay here. But like, I just, yeah. And having people I don't know, I'd never sleep. Yeah. I would never sleep.
Just lock the door and you're just sitting there, just like awake all night.
Like literally freaking the fuck out, being like, they're gonna kill me, they're gonna rob me.
I shouldn't have read these horror books.
Oh my god, dude. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made in my life was watching Don't I Spit on Your Grave. Have you ever heard of that movie? Good. I'm not gonna talk about it, and we're not gonna... Yeah, don't ever watch it. Well, you're a guy, so it probably won't affect you as much as it affected me. No. That for the context of the movie, that statement is a true statement. Like, it makes sense, because it's literally... Yeah, I don't even want... Yeah, no. That movie, I watched that movie with my friends.
Figure out the...
Yeah, the context. Yeah. It's basically like a essay porno. Like, it's a horror movie, a thriller, as well as, like, great porn. Like, it's horrible. Like, it's bad. Like, it's gross. And so... my friends ended up forcing me to watch it a few years ago, and I've never been so traumatized. And at the time, my neighbors across from me were two brothers, and I was paranoid as fuck to like leave my apartment ever. Like, ever. I hated it so much because I was like, oh my fucking god, like, they're gonna get me. They're gonna fucking get me.
I don't know. I've lived in some like sketchy places around Charleston. Like, I was up in North Charleston for a time where I watched like a K-9 unit take down some dude from my porch.
Wow.
And then I moved to Hanahan, and apparently like the apartment complex I moved into, a few years ago they had problems with like the people in gangs would live in the front of it. And they find bodies in like the trash can. So those are the types of places I lived.
The worst I've ever been around. I wasn't even around. Oh, go for it.
I also had my house broken into when I lived in the North Charleston one with the K-9 unit.
Oh, it's North Charleston.
Like, the dude walked in, and, like, my ex's corgi charged him. He quickly shut the door. We got the locks changed. But I was back in the bedroom just playing video games. She was out on the dining room table. And she's like, what do we do if that happens again? I'm like, I have a gun.
I say, yeah.
That's what happens. She's like, she's like, no, Liam, what happens? I'm like, a gun. That is why I have it, because we live in these places.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, so I have a gun and a big black dog, but he's nice. He is super nice and friendly.
He's way too friendly.
Oh my god, when I had him as a puppy, he would like sit in the front seat, and there was like people in Charleston, like those certain types of people would come to your window and try to get money or a ride, but they would see the dog and immediately turn away.
Yeah, little do they know, he's like wanting them to pet him.
Oh yeah. Like, you met him for the first time today, and he's just like
he's such a sweetie.
Big lug.
Yeah. He's a big old lug. Yeah. But no, the worst thing, luckily, it was during the time I moved back with my parents for a few months. A meth lab got busted because like I have like, it's like a building, parking lot, and then a building, and a parking lot building. You know, it's like a whole bunch of them. The building across from me got busted for a meth lab.
Oh shit.
And I found that out from one of my friends that lives a few buildings down, and I was just like, I'm glad I wasn't here, because like that would cause me to like not be able to sleep like ever, because even when I lived back,
because you'd want to buy the meth.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. I would be like, oh, I need that shit.
But it's like, I've seen Breaking Bad, let me do it in real life.
But fucking like, because that's also happened in the neighborhood I grew up in over in Westcott. There was a guy, they had a kid too. They was such a sweet kid. I was friends with them at the time. Because we were all like little kids. And his parents, they got busted for a meth lab. They had it in their attic. And that was across the street from me. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, holy fuck, dude. Like, people are crazy.
Rent prices, man. It's insane.
Gotta do something. Like, dude, like, honestly, nowadays, how anyone gets their money is none of my fucking business. Like, like, bitch, I get it. In this economy,
hustle hard.
Yeah. Like, as long as you don't get caught, girl, you do you.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just like, fair enough. I understand completely.
It's like, at first I'm like, ugh, but then I see the gas prices, I'm like, Carry on.
If I could sell my feet for gas prices.
I have a friend who does that as a side hustle.
Oh my god. I know no one would buy them because dude feet.
You'd be surprised.
I do not want to find that.
It'd be a very niche thing, but you'd be surprised.
I do not. That is a side of the internet.
Clean them up real nice. Go get a pedicure at least once. Just kickstart yourself off. And some people are even into them when they're dirty. So just go walk outside for a little bit.
Yeah, no.
No, it's crazy. My friend, I'm not gonna say her name because like this is her thing. She told me about it one day. She makes like food money off of it. Like every now and then she's able to order DoorDash because she just sells her feet, and she has like there's no attachment to it. Literally. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. I thought about doing it, but I have ugly ass feet, so.
There'd be a market for that.
There probably is, but like I don't know.
That's like the type of the internet that I don't want to step into.
Have you ever been on feetfinder.com?
No. I avoid that side.
I'm not into feet, by the way. Let me just preface that.
She's lying.
I'm not lying. Feet disgust me.
I'll link her Instagram. Just send her all the foot pics.
I'm blocking every single person. If I like, whenever this gets posted and I get like 5 message requests from just people sending me feet, I'm blocking all of y'all. Every single fucking one of you. You will never have the grace to talk to me again.
Send her feet.
Don't send me feet, please.
She's saying no, but she's fishing for it.
Please send me toes.
So she can tell you to toe away.
God.
Well, we've been going for about 3 hours.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Yeah, we're straight yappers.
Straight yappers, dude. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Duff's Tavern. Go check out Christina's stuff. It'll be linked in the description below. Go give her a like for her art. Let it blow up.
Please.
Get her to the 1,000 followers so she can finally stream on TikTok.
Yeah.
Before it gets banned.
Before the government takes it down.
The government's trying to stop her art.
I'm the one they're trying to stop. The bills are about me, not China.
Exactly. They're just a little bit dyslexic. They meant Christina. They said China.
That's a few of the same letters.
Exactly. If you want to see more of my episodes, links are in the description. Like, share, tell your friends about it. Send her feet pics, and I hope you guys have a good day.